Denver. This is 630 KHOW, Denver's talk station, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. President Trump getting ready to talk about the U.S.-Israeli airstrikes on Iran from the White House as he awards the Congressional Medal of Honor at a ceremony taking place today. Earlier today, the top official at the Pentagon said the war in Iran will not be like the one in Iraq. Here's ABC's Stephen Portnoy.
At his first briefing on the strikes, the defense secretary described the joint U.S.-Israeli mission as one of retribution against the Iranian regime.
We didn't start this war, but under President Trump, we are finishing it.
Pete Hegseth shrugged off questions about how long the war might last, even as President Trump tells reporters he's expecting 4 to 5 weeks. Hegseth insists the effort won't be endless.
We're not dumb about it. You don't have to roll 200,000 people in there and stay for 20 years.
Stephen Portnoy, ABC News, Washington.
Effects of the conflict on your money. The price of oil is rising. Stocks are falling. They were down more than 500 points when the bell sounded, and they've been rising slowly. The Dow now down 140. This is ABC News. The battle over AI technology intensified over the weekend after the Pentagon declared AI firm Anthropic a supply chain risk. Anthropic had refused to let the Defense Department have free reign over all of its tech, something that happened early on in other instances with new technology as well. Axios senior AI reporter Madison Mills has more.
We saw this movie kind of playing out before when tech companies like Apple and Facebook first launched. There wasn't clarity about the rules yet. So then the government's relations with those companies looked a little bit different than they might look today now that there is a broader conversation about regulation for those older tech companies. One of the big questions is what that regulation could look like for AI companies.
Iran's place in the World Cup in 3 months' time is now in doubt. The United States is co-hosting the World Cup, and Iran is due to play its 3 group stage games in the country, 2 in Inglewood, California, and 1 of them in Seattle. I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
I spend a lot of time in the garage, but even more time in the rain, sleet, and mud. In '95, I helped tow your moving trailer. In '05, I helped you get out of a ditch. Yeah, I know I'm a bit rusty, and sadly in '09, it was sparks from me, your handy chains.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
CU quarterback Dominic Ponder being remembered today after his death in a single car crash in Boulder. Voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson.
Wonderfully talented kid, a big quarterback, 6'4", 6'5", and certainly a tragic story over the weekend.
Ponder was entering his 3rd season with the Buffs, playing in 2 games last season. With the attack on Iran continuing, Colorado Republican Congressman Jeff Crank says the Constitution is intentionally vague when it comes to the War Powers Resolution, giving the president the right to engage in military strikes without congressional approval.
I personally would have preferred to see it beforehand. I think the president would have gotten the votes to do this. I think there is broad support.
Crank says Congress will most likely vote on a war powers resolution this week. And Denver police investigating a murder, officers responding to reports of an assault early yesterday morning near Cherry Creek Reservoir, a man killed.
Now, impact traffic.
Yeah, we're checking for a possible problem coming out of the airport on Pena. It looks like just coming towards I-70. This is the southbound side of Pena. There's maybe an accident or even a stall, but it is jamming traffic back a little ways there, so definite delays. You might want to consider 56, run that over.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK is the number. 303-713-8255 or 303-MARTINO. 303-627-8466. Major Marc Mager, how are you doing, sir? Well, Mark, you've been saying it all week. It's not if, it's when, because they mobilized. And my thoughts are, if truly, I say if truly, I don't have firsthand knowledge. If truly they're getting rid of an oppressive regime that was really killing and enslaving people, you know, I think that what puzzles me, of course, it's amazing to me. I'll watch on one channel and everybody is celebrating, saying thank you, America. You look at the other one and everybody's protesting America. So it's really amazing how this is being covered from completely different angles. Do you remember when news, honest to God, was news? I mean, they bent over backwards to be objective. Oh, oh no, no, we have absolutely. There were people saying that. Bernie Sanders, AOC, all the rest. They were saying that it was an yeah, well, maybe. And by the way, Mark, I understand. Mark does accuse me of leaning toward too much towards some of the stuff I read and see. Not leaning me personally, but I purposely look at opposite viewpoints because I want to see what are they saying about this? What are they saying about this? Anyway, bottom line is, yeah, yes, right. And it's all spelled out in the art of the deal, for goodness sakes. It really, really is. It's amazing that people don't see that. So, by the way, futures have really hit the hardest mark on the stock market. And of course, we've been watching it really closely at Martino Capital. Here's the bottom line. Futures are down because people don't know what the hell's going on. People are fleeing to bonds, which is more secure. And some are going to cash because they don't know what the hell's going on. Gasoline prices, obviously, they say will go up, 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 up. And yeah. Oh, yeah, you know what? That's no, not a bad deal. Not a bad deal. I'm serious. That's a good move. But anyway, gasoline prices have been ridiculous and they're going up even more. And then some good news on finance front we'll get to in a minute here about mortgage rates coming down and other stuff. So the world didn't react as people expected. In fact, what's really fun is how the Arab nations came out and we're saying, yeah, go ahead. This is an evil regime. And then what I don't understand is Iran reacts by bombing Israel. We knew that would happen. We knew that would happen. But then they bomb their fellow nations or Dubai and others. I don't know why. I mean, I just don't even understand that. Today we have Plumbline Services with us. Bob Logan is with us from Plumbline Services, plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. And for those of you who listen to the radio, that annoying jingle, I love it. Actually, it's really good because you have yourself humming it. You got that there? Can you just give us a hint of that? Do you have that, Shannon? Maybe you don't have it handy. Plum. Yeah, Bob. He should sing it.
Don't let it ruin your day.
Oh my God, he's doing. I just turned his mic on. Okay, listen, let's go to Mike, who wants to talk about an eviction, and then we'll talk about other things. Our number is 303 Martino, 303-627-8466. You can call 24/7 around the clock and we'll get back to you. Or you can call 303-713-TALK when we're on the air as well, 303-713-8255. And you can always text us as well at 747-999-5280. So, Mike, what's going on with this eviction? How can we help you, sir? What's happening? Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay, and when did that start? When did that tendency start, Mike? His friends, okay, so she started renting November 1st on an informal basis, or was it in writing? Okay. Yeah. Well, it wouldn't matter, right? It wouldn't matter. I mean, if he wants her out. So he wanted her out April 1st, right? Oh, I'm sorry. So she said she would move May 1st. He says, no, you got to make it April 1st. Okay. So what's the problem now? What's the problem now? Well, it doesn't matter what he says. That won't happen. She has established a residency there, and he's going to have to go through the process. So really and truly, what difference does it make what he says? So what can we help you with? Yeah, do you want us to talk to her or what? How is she doing, by the way? What was she in the hospital? What was she in the hospital for, Mike? If it's not too personal, I mean, was it a sudden thing or what? Oh my God. Oh my God, pancreas. Hey, that's near and dear to my heart. And oh my God, I had pancreatic cancer. Oh God, I'm so sorry. So not to get off on a tangent, but that's serious stuff. So what does she have? Pancreatitis? Okay, so what do you need from us right now? I mean, I could have Deputy Bo call her and talk to her. It's actually, yes, right. And I think it's even more than 3 days. It depends on the tenancy. Sometimes it's a 10-day notice. But no matter what, Mike, you're right. He has to give her notice. He has to go through the courts. There is no way that he can have the sheriff come. The sheriff will never come and move her out. And even if she was a squatter, even if she was a squatter, he'd have to go through this. That's what's crazy. So this guy's just trying to intimidate her. Have you talked to this guy and told him? Yep. 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 Now listen, here's what I want to know, Mike. Have you talked to him directly? Good. Just tell him, look, man, we're going to be peaceful about this and don't push it. The law is on her side and she's not going to hold over. Just try to reason with him. Where is she going to go, Mike? A bigger question is, where is she going to go? Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Well, actually, you could have been the official service if he asked you to deliver it, but you didn't. Okay. Oh, by the way, I got to go back. I'm sorry. Somebody told me I'm not getting sound.
Broomfield
There we
County
go.
courts this morning
Yeah.
to see if she was on the docket, and they said no.
Okay.
He's just blowing smoke, Mike.
Yeah. Just
That's what I'm
listen.
saying.
Yeah,
That's what
I would
told
say.
her, and I told her not to worry.
Exactly.
One other small problem.
Uh-huh.
Last Friday, when he told her he wanted to move out on Monday, she leaves the keys to the house on the credenza by the front door. He took her key.
Oh, man. But that's essentially a lockout.
So I told her, don't leave.
No.
Don't leave,
Have another key made. That's called a lockout. He's not allowed to do that at all. Listen, do you want us... Deputy Bo would be happy to call this guy and just say, look, you can't take her keys. You can't lock her out. You can get in big trouble, blah, blah, blah. What do you think?
You know what? I'm for that. Let me talk to him first, see if I can get this arranged in a equitable way, and then if so, yes, definitely let's have somebody else get involved and let him know what the seriousness of the situation is.
I think another voice would help, Mike. So when you're ready, call back, leave your number, and I'll make another call.
Okay.
I'm a landlord. What he's doing is totally wrong.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and Bo does have some rentals, so he can reason with the guy. So thank you, Mike, for caring about your friend. 303-713-TALK is our number, 713-8255. I love talking about Water Pros, the best water systems at the lowest prices at your kitchen sink, reverse osmosis, $1,100 fully installed, or water softening for your pipes. Whatever it is, waterpros.net, 303-862-5554.
Nice.
I'm a little over, but I'm going to try to be on time.
Country? Join the Denver Broncos cheerleaders for our official audition workshop on Saturday.
What part are you over, do you think?
It's designed to prepare you for audition.
Wait.
Technique training and tips from our staff. Spots are limited. Visit cheer.denverbroncos.com/auditions to learn more and register today. That's cheer.denverbroncos.com/auditions. Your journey to becoming a 2026 Denver Broncos cheerleader starts now.
Everyone has a nest egg, and what you really need to do is you need to take care of it. And that's what I do at Wave 8 Wealth Management. Soon to be Martino Capital. We're changing the name because so many people were searching my name anyway. So here's the bottom line. The nest egg, no matter what the stock market does, there are ETFs and other vehicles that can help you remain steady and give you growth over time and help you. And it really, the whole idea is this. We have nothing to sell you, but we can help you manage your nest egg. And here's what we do. We directly management. We do not send it up the line to some big advisor and collect a middleman fee. If you want direct advisement and stability, please call us at Wave 8 Wealth Management, 303-771-HELP, 771-4357. When managed correctly, good accounts do good things. 303-771-HELP, 771-4357.
Joe Chiano, we were talking yesterday. In fact, I really did enjoy doing that Zoom with you, and we talked about all the different annuity products you have. I learned so much. Is that what you do for everybody that calls up?
I am a certified financial planner, Mark, so I can actually, talk to people, find out what they really need, and if an annuity is the right fit, that's the product that we will place them in. Not everybody fits in the same mold.
Well, I agree with that, but what I'll tell you that I learned yesterday are some of these annuities that are purely based on income. You basically take cash, or you take your 401k or IRA, you roll it over. Of course, there's no cost there. There's nothing negative about it, and you turn it in to a lump sum that you cannot outlive. You get that money every single month to the day you die, and along with that, Joe, you were telling me about all the other benefits. For an example, the long-term care benefit. That's incredible.
That is right, Mark. And also one thing to keep in mind is that the company that we use, they're at least 100 years old.
Wow.
So who would you rather have manage your money? Just a startup company that just began today or 6 months ago or a year ago, or a 100-year-old company that has taken care of people just like you, just like people that are retiring, get ahead in their retirement without any fear that they're going to lose their money in the stock market.
Joe,
Because
I
don't care what
appreciate
anybody
it.
says.
And I implore people out there, reach out to Joe, talk to him about annuities. Maybe they're not right for you. This man will give you the honest information. But if you're close to retirement and you want to take a lump sum and turn it into guaranteed income till the day you die, money that'll never go away, go to mymoneymyway.com. Go there right now. Do a Zoom. mymoneymyway.com.
Very nice.
Now, how do I do offline?
It should be there. Program, audition. Isn't there offline?
Oh, yeah. Hey, Thomas, can you hear me?
Yeah, but you will be going over YouTube unless I stop the feed. There's no way for me to mute that.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I'm learning the controls in here. I didn't know which was what.
Okay, got it.
Now, I can't really turn them down because you have to have that monitor on, basically.
Do you want me to mute Tom? Because it'll be with extreme prejudice.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
By the way, we have women here, Shannon. Bob Logan wanted me to remind you. Behave yourself.
Wait.
You know what? Listen, do you want to talk about plumbing? You want to get into plumbing?
Hey.
Did
Bob
transgender? Am I missing something?
We have no. We just have. I should amend that. We have decent people here.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if they're male or female. We have decent people, and we should not pollute their minds.
Tom has been the chief of the Sits-to-Pee Indian tribe for a long time.
There is nothing you do with help, right? You could give a crap what's in help.
Help at troubleshooter.com?
Yeah. There's 2,200 emails. I'm ready to just completely blow them out unless if you're
No,
doing
Mark, I don't have anything there, but I'm wondering if there's any outbound stuff we should do. I'll go through it if you want.
I made 3 random calls and they were on last week, but they never got deleted or anything. So I'm not going through 2,100
No, Joe,
things.
go ahead. If you want to delete it all and start over, do it.
Well, what I'm going to do is shoot Susan email saying, what do you think, and have her just blow it out.
Okay.
Well, why'd you even ask Tom if
That's
you're
a
going to
lot
take it
of
over his head and
emails.
ask Suze?
Well, I'll tell you why, because I was afraid he tied something to it.
Oh, no, I didn't. Thanks.
You know what he ties to stuff.
Bum, bum, bum.
We're mostly coming back. Are you ready for that?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Gird your loins.
Gird my loins. My loins are girded. Good advice.
Stand by.
Podcasts.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Frank Duran, the real estate man. You know what he'll do for you? A market analysis of your home to see what it will sell for. So many people wonder, or they list and get disappointed. Frank Duran will do this free of charge, no obligation ever to list. If you want to know what it will sell for, and more importantly, what you will net, and even what you can afford after that, Frank Duran, free, no obligation market analysis. It's Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Let's talk to DJ, has an issue with a siding company. DJ, what's happening with you, sir?
Hey, Tom, thanks for taking my call.
Yes, DJ.
I called up a couple of siding companies back in August or July to look at my siding on my house. One of the vendors came out and said, you don't need new siding, but he talked me into replacing a bunch of windows for close to $50,000.
Whoa, did you, wait, did you, so you did sign a contract with these people, obviously, and it was when?
Yes, I did, yes.
Did they actually do the work yet?
It took them 4 months. They finally started in December. They've had to come back twice, and they still haven't completed, and it's going to be another month before they complete it.
So a $50,000 contract for replacement windows. Now, listen, I understand you went through pain and misery, but what I need to know is if you step back and look, do you have a job done? I mean, or will it be done, and will it be to your satisfaction?
Presumably, it will be done. I've had to stand over them and make sure they did everything correctly, but presumably it will be done correctly. My concern is they've caused some damage at my house. And I've had to live for 4 months with no curtains, no blinds, no anything else because they needed them taken down for the work. And I've had to put up with guys tromping through my house.
So major, let's just call it major inconvenience, basically. I mean, I understand. And that's to be expected with some jobs, but you don't want, you always have this balance between getting something done and having a pain in the ass. I don't want to go down a bunny trail too much, but Bob Logan with Plumline. Bob, you guys did a water heater for us, a big one. And I couldn't tell you were there.
Great.
No, seriously. I couldn't tell you were there. I think I mentioned there was one, I swear to God, one little spot you had the entire carpet cleaned. It was ridiculous. And that's how attentive you are. When you do furnaces and stuff, I mean, to what degree do contractors have to watch out, do you think? Mark, you can chime in too. Like, if you're doing windows, for God's sakes, if you're doing 50 grand worth of windows, I think you're going to have to expect some of that. I mean,
yeah, I mean,
disruption.
Anytime there's a big project, it's a disruption to the homeowner's life. But, that's why we take pride in 99% of our jobs are one-day jobs. Complete furnace and air conditioning replacements, complete sewer line replacements. We are in and out in one day because it is an inconvenience.
Really? You guarantee a one-day installation?
We don't guarantee it, but about
that's your goal. That's your goal.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go back to DJ then. DJ, would you say that any person in your situation, because you said something that clued me in a little. You said you had to watch everything they did. And I'm wondering, are you one of these, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, I'm having fun. Are you one of these pain in the butt customers anyway, no matter what you have done? Or do you think anyone would have been kind of upset about how they went about their job? What do you think?
Anyone would have been upset. I am normally someone who would prefer to leave while the work is done and trust them to get it done correctly. But in this case, I saw and heard so many things going wrong that...
Oh, you heard. What do you mean you heard? What do you mean you heard?
They were using sledgehammers to install one of these sliding door windows, which caused cracks and breaks in my drywall and in my wall.
All right. If you step back and look, what are the major problems right now that you think that I mean, I'm not talking about inconvenience now. I'm talking about problems that will persist or be there when they leave, like this crack. Is this a crack in the wall?
No, I'll be honest with you, Tom. I forced them to fix that. They patched it and repaired it.
So what will be, are you calling just to vent right now, possibly? Or is there something specific we can help you with? Either one is fine with me, by the way, DJ, either one. If you want to vent.
No, that's all right. I understand. And mostly I'm venting, but I'm also offended by two things. They caused a big white stain on my nice Trex deck.
Ew.
They've tried cleaning it off. They still haven't got it off. They say they're going to come back and finish. But in one of the most recent messages I got from them, they say they have doubts as to whether they called it. So they're calling me a liar. That offends me.
You could easily have somebody look at that. What do you think that white stain would come from if they're installing windows? I can't even imagine. What do they use? Any solvents of any kind?
Caulk. I think it was the caulk. I think it was the caulk that they used around the windows because this was a sliding.
And how big is the spot? How big is the spot?
Overall, it's about 6 by 10, something like that.
That big? Whoa. Yeah. 6 inches by 10 inches?
I think I can get that taken care of.
All right.
I'm just offended by the fact that they're calling me a liar.
Yeah.
The other aspect.
You know what? I'll tell you what, man. Companies that try to defend themselves, here's what I tell companies, and I've seen this over and over and over again. I referred a company one time to a web company. I referred about 10 different customers to a web company. Now, their actual web design and work and SEO was fine, but for some reason, these customers all left them and hated them. And when I drilled down to the reason, it was because every time they brought an issue up, you're absolutely right. The company attacked their credibility, saying, well, I don't believe that happened, blah, blah, blah. The last thing you want to do is make a customer feel like they're incredible. You want them to feel like they have credibility. So where does it stand today, DJ? What is the name of this company, by the way? I'm curious.
Yes, sir. It's 1-800-Hansons.com. And I'll tell you two ingredients that are my biggest complaints.
That sounds like a national company. 1-800-Hansons. Is that the name of the company? 1-800-Hansons?
I believe so. Yeah, that's even their email is that. So yeah. One of the problems I have is that I understood. Now I can't say they promised this, but they certainly didn't make it clear. I thought I was buying windows that they manufactured and that they installed. Only later did I find out they are purely a broker. They buy the windows from someone else.
Most everyone
charge
is.
a profit.
Most everyone is.
Sure, and then
In
that's
fact,
fine.
I'd say in
But
that
if
one
I'd known
industry,
that
I'd
was gonna
prefer a
happen, I could have
broker.
hired a contractor to buy the
Yeah,
windows.
Mark, I heard you.
and put 'em
You
in,
know,
and I'd have
DJ,
had better control.
DJ, the fact that they're a broker really, truly is not even. 99% of the people are brokers for other windows. I mean, you know, but
they could have told me that.
But what is the actual quality of the window?
Okay, the work itself is very good. It's a Provia window. It's a very good window.
Provia is a really good window. Provia is an excellent window. You know,
yes.
So, DJ, I don't want to call you a pain in the butt, but so far we have $50,000 worth of windows. Provia, great windows. You have a stain on the deck. They fixed everything else. What today is just bugging the hell out of? Oh, it's the fact that they called you a liar, right? That's the thing that tipped the scales.
And the fact that it's taken them 4 months and several days of invading my home to get this job done.
Yeah.
When they told me it would take about a month and they would finish it in 1 day.
What? They said
they didn't finish it in 1 day, and they screwed up the order.
What do they mean a month and 1 day? What do you mean by that? It's going to take a month. Oh, a month before they start, and then they would finish it in a day?
Correct.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they oversold and underdelivered. The last thing you want to do. So, is there anything we can do for you today? Seriously, DJ, do you want us to drop a dime? What do you want us to do?
I would love it if someone could talk to them and just say, don't you deserve a little consideration for all of the mistakes?
Oh,
all the damage,
now we're getting. Hold on. Now we're getting to the root. A little consideration. You want a discount of some kind, DJ?
Absolutely. I don't think they ought to be making a profit off of a job that they screwed up from step one and took 6 months to finish. They just, a little profit's fine, but I don't think I ought to be paying full price for such terrible work.
I have a question for DJ.
Yeah, Bo, because I'm going to have you. You're it when you're there. I'm going to have you make a little call and see if they're amenable to that. Well, go ahead. What's your question, Bo?
DJ, do they have a brick and mortar store? I can't find their address online.
I've heard of Hanson's before.
And it seems like
they have an office up in northern Denver. I don't know that it's a store per se, but it's an office.
It seems like they have almost a 5-star review. Out of like 30 I've looked at so far. I'll give them a call. It seems like
I can't find the URL 1-800-Hansons.com. What did you look at?
I just pulled up their website, Tom.
Yeah, but what is the actual URL of that website? Look up at the address bar.
I'm on my phone.
Yeah, okay, no big deal. No big deal. Listen, do me a favor. Call him and say, look, DJ, he spent $50,000 with you guys. He went through a lot of inconvenience. You got a stain on his deck you can't get out. What do you think? What would you give someone? I mean, they're going to get a terrible rating. What are their overall ratings, Bo?
A 4.9 out of, I've looked at 30 reviews. They have 9,000 reviews.
Whoa, my God, you can't fake that. You can't fake that. 4.9 with how many reviews?
9,083 reviews.
DJ, did you hear that, DJ?
Yeah, let me tell you something.
I don't know. The
Tom,
scale is tipping. The scale is tipping to pain in the ass.
But here's the thing. They had a salesman that screwed up the initial order. They've admitted that. And during that first month, they replaced.
See, he started having problems from the very beginning. What I call that bucket of injustice.
I think they knew there were problems here.
Yeah, here's what I think, DJ, and I'm serious. Put them. Thank you for calling, by the way. We'll put you on hold for a minute. I got to take a break. Here's what I think, okay? And I want this to be a lesson to everyone listening. And actually, I gave this talk at Plumline one time, even though I didn't have to. Customers are in what's called an emotionally sensitive or recording stage when they enter into a contract. Okay. Why? They're sensitized, it's called. They're in a programming mode. Whenever anyone is sensitized, they record things. For example, you didn't realize what you passed on the way to work today, or what your refrigerator, or did your refrigerator work or not? Of course it did. Your garage door went up. Everything worked, right? So you were not sensitized. You were in your car driving to work, listening to the radio. You can't recall a lot of detail because you were not sensitized. But when you enter that sensitized mode because you are entering into a contract or something that has some risk to it, you then start recording. And as you start recording, you notice everything. You would notice if the guy had dirty shoes. You would notice if he had a tear in his pants. You would notice if one of the windows had a scratch on it and it had to be replaced. You would notice everything. And I think what happened with DJ is in the very beginning, in his sensitized mode, a few things went wrong. So then he cranked up the recording and said, I really have to watch everything. See what because he said that to us. He'd rather not be there, but he knew he had to watch each and everything. So now he's got a scope on, his magnifying glass, and anything that goes wrong, he accumulates. He doesn't forget about it because it was addressed. He accumulates it. Like he said, that crack in his wall. Oh, but I got to be honest with you, they fixed that. He said, I made them fix that, but he never forgot it. So at the end of this job, he will recall it as a pain. He will recall it as misery, even if he has really good windows and they did the job and the price wasn't bad, he's going to be unhappy. Now, that's not his fault. It's Hansen's fault because they did not program this consumer. They didn't program this consumer to be a walking, talking billboard. They programmed the consumer to be a pain in the ass. And I mean that sincerely. It's not DJ, but when you have things that happen to you, you start recording, and that recording becomes cumulative, and then reviews are made on that. So anyway, that's just a little side note from doing this for 50 years. I can tell you that you make either referrals or you make nightmares. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Yep.
Is that exactly?
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeartRadio station.
time
Ryan
you
Schuling,
walked
Tom
in, from
Martino,
that
Michael
moment.
Brown Reloaded, and Dan Caplis.
the
This
phone
is
even.
Denver's
You're right.
talk
You're right.
station,
All of it.
630 KHOW. Now, impact traffic.
Two spots here in the one.
Yeah, we had a crash coming out of the airport on Pena. It looks like they have cleared it, so it looks much better. No delays, basically, coming from the terminal back to I-70. But we are jamming pretty heavily right now on 270. It looks to be construction, especially west. It looks like up through Vasquez, but both directions are fairly slow in here. We had rock scaling first closure. They just reopened there at the Veteran Memorial Tunnels. They're still backed up a little bit, at least coming down Floyd Hill, but that should recover here pretty quickly. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by the Brooke and Jeffrey Second Date Podcast.
Your date left. The food was great, and then nothing. Ghosted. Vanished. Witness protection?
Oh,
perhaps?
maybe.
Yeah. We'll call them and get answers you may not want to hear.
Yeah, it's Brooke and Jeffrey's Second Date Update on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, if you want a steel building, chances are you're going to make some phone calls. And some guy's going to tell you, yeah, we're with the factory. They say that all the time. And most of them are liars because there are very few factories truly in this country. We happen to have one of them in Grand Junction, Colorado, 120,000 square feet, producing 100% American steel guaranteed for life. So when they say we're with great westernbuildings.com, you can bet it's factory direct to you and in all 50 states. So if you're looking for a warehouse, a factory even, a garage, a riding arena, an airplane hangar, whatever it is, a lean-to, you can call or actually look them up, greatwesternbuildings.com. I hope you don't get into trouble. But if you do, I'm going to tell you something, and I'm serious now. You don't want to look for a defense attorney when you're under pressure. You make a lot of mistakes. Here's what you do. You trust me, I've done the shopping for you, and better yet, you can call Joe Lazzara free of charge if you're in trouble for anything, free of charge. He will listen to you and give you free legal advice. And then, if you want to hire him, he gives you a flat rate for the entire case. Joe Lazzara, 303-429-6200. Call him at the first sign of trouble, 303-429-6200.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. How much time do I have?
3.5.
Ah, damn it. I'm not getting time. I'm not getting time for coffee anymore. I got to go up.
You need to have a cabana boy bring it to you every time.
Yeah, that's what I need, a cabana.
I bet that gentleman in the 3-piece suit could run you up and get you a nice cup of coffee.
It's not 3-piece today, but he's always looking sharp, isn't he? That son of a gun.
He's the sharpest looking HVAC guy I've ever seen in my 45 years.
Well, I'm sure he doesn't show up and do installations, but yeah, he does look good.
So who's the young lady next to Bob?
Okay, we have two young ladies here, and they are here in the market. They're from the marketing department. Is that correct?
Yep. This is Courtney. You probably most of you have met her.
Courtney has been with her with them for years. Courtney.
17 years.
17 years. Courtney. I remember Courtney when she had less stress, and then
when she was in high school.
And we needed some fresh blood to come in and start digital marketing and reputation management, all those.
Oh, really? Cool.
Danon.
Danon.
Daynon. Danon.
Oh, Danon. Yeah. Almost like the yogurt. Almost. Okay, so that's really important stuff nowadays. Honest to goodness, it is. Years ago when a guy told me, he told me it was a friend of mine's son. He was going into digital marketing and all that, and I thought to myself, what a fool. I thought, this poor guy's going off on a tangent. Like he was doing reputation management, actually, social marketing, all kinds of stuff, blog posting. And honest, he was so far, it was so long ago. I said, what a fool, because it was that long ago. I'll never forget the first discussions I had with the one real estate guy who said he was going to do all of his he was going to put homes up on the internet. Now, we're talking, I don't know, my God, 40 years ago. I went however long it was, and I said, "Are you nuts?"
I never know if you were asking about his health.
You're putting homes on what? On computers? They're going to look at them?
Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
We'd have meetings with Chris Ollinger a long time ago and say, well, we're thinking of putting some of the interviews on Facebook. What? Why would you do that? It's stupid.
I know.
All right, okay.
Yet, then I had visionaries. I remember sitting years and years and years ago with Lee Larson, in his office, and he takes his phone out. It was a flip phone at the time. He says, someday we're going to be carrying these around and everything will be on it. And he said, they'll be our computers. This was way before, we had some smartphones. We had some texting and some stuff and some limited browsing. But he said, this is what we're going to be broadcasting to. And he was so advanced and so smart. And then it's just funny how you adopt things at different times. I'll never forget.
Speaking of watching your behavior in front of the ladies, next time somebody says the guy left a white stain on my deck, don't go, ew. Thank you.
Yeah, it was caulking, he said.
Well, whatever he was doing to leave the white stain, that's just inappropriate, Tom.
He was doing a bad installation job, and you know what? Is he still on? I don't want to talk to DJ anymore. No. We're done with DJ.
Well, but when he said he's going to come back and finish, you should have said, I think he did.
Yeah.
Ha.
I know. Shannon just thinks he's hitting him out of the park and he's being obnoxious. Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. I'm all here with Major Marc Mager and also Bob Logan from PlumlineServices.com, by the way. And Plumline Services they've been with me for so many years. And I'm going to hit them up today for a special. By the way, truly, Bob said this one time, the impression you leave someone is the impression that'll be with them forever, no matter what kind of a product you did. And you guys, of course you have great products, including Carrier and stuff, but you do make a big deal about first impressions. My God, you do. I mean, I've seen it. If somebody I don't think I've ever seen one of your guys with a spot on their shirt.
Well, we certainly try.
Seriously. And clean vans and everything.
Yeah, I mean, most of the technicians will carry extra shirts with them in the back of the trucks because you're going to get dirty during a job. And if you're doing 2 or 3 or 4 jobs a day, you might.
I'll never forget when I see someone show up just dirty and greasy. Now, I'm not talking about your guys, but it doesn't mean they're bad, but it just is not a good first impression at all.
I agree, Tom. I mean, yeah.
Now, let's talk about installation. Installation, you said one time, Bob, not only is it responsible for a lasting impression on the consumers, how you leave their place, you said the actual operation of a furnace, you can have the best furnace made and not get what you're paying for.
That's exactly right. And I say that all the time.
By that exactly? What exactly do you mean when you say an installation can screw it up? I mean, come on, you got intake air, you got the air to the house, you have wiring. I mean, it might not look neat, but what can you really do to screw that up?
Well, first of all, I say
neatness. What can you do to really screw it up?
You know, a lot of people think a furnace is a furnace is a furnace.
Right.
There's a lot of different sizes. Yeah. There's a lot of different technologies, but it's not like a refrigerator where you bring it home, you plug it in, and it's good to go.
Okay. So what can you do what can people do when they're installing it that you say could ruin the whole thing?
Well, if they're not paying attention, first of all, we do what's called a heat load calculation to make sure it's sized properly for the house.
Okay.
A lot of new construction, it is not designed properly for the home. And and so if you're replacing your furnace, that's the first step. But then the installation itself, a lot of older homes don't have enough return air. They don't, so that
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
might be suffocating.
It's choking.
It's choking. That's exactly right.
Or and even not enough return air, but they don't even have enough room around the furnace. It's stuffed.
The furnace or the air conditioner, and so again, there's so many small
nuances
that people just don't understand. But there's a lot of companies that even if they have the best,
they just slam them in.
Even if they have the best intentions, they're not trained properly. They're not trained on everything that we train our installers on.
So not only, being in business, Bob, is a pain. I swear to God. I mean, not only do you have to worry about the product, you got to worry about the service. Then you have to worry about the most important thing, the impression. Seriously, that impression sets the stage for everything. Those listening, we pride ourselves in having a giant audience of business owners and small businesses growing and all of that. I'll remember guys who said they built their business listening to us and applying the principles. But I have to tell you something. If your people, it doesn't matter how good they are at what they do, if they don't have communication skills, that's what you need. I mean, they have to not only be a good technician, but they have to know how to leave the right impression, because remember, those consumers are recording everything, and they don't just record and dump it. They record and accumulate it. And at the end of that job, they're going to remember each and every one of those things they recorded.
That's why every detail is so important to us. Like you said, our trucks, the cleanliness of our trucks, our uniforms, we put on shoe covers to protect the floors, we put down floor protection, everything. And so not only do they have to have the technical skills like you talked about, the communication skills, at the end of the day, we want to deliver an outstanding customer service experience.
Now, I want you to give me a call with any problem, question, or complaint at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Or 303-MARTINO, and you can call that 24/7, 303-627-8466. We got a lot more to talk about on the show. Compass Insurance will do a free insurance checkup, an honest-to-God look at what you have to see if they can save you money or get you better coverage. And it's truly objective. And after all, comparison never goes wrong, because they have to beat it or not, right? You can't lie about that. So call them, 303-996-9000.
Yep.
Now, Impact Traffic.
Yeah, we had a crash coming out of the airport on Pena. It looks like they have cleared it, so it looks much better. No delays, basically, coming from the terminal back to I-70. But we are jamming pretty heavily right now on 270. It looks to be construction, especially west. Looks like up through Vasquez, but both directions are fairly slow in here. We had rock scaling first closure. They just reopened there at the Veteran Memorial Tunnels. They're still backed up a little bit, at least coming down Floyd Hill, but that should recover here pretty quickly. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by the Brooke and Jeffrey Second Date Podcast.
Is it my turn? Let me tell you. No?
Nope. Something else was supposed to play right there.
Okay.
Food was great, and then
Somebody screwed something.
You let me know when.
vanished. Witness.
Yes, sir. After this.
Okay, thank you.
We'll call.
And then you'll have like 4.5 minutes to go.
I gotta get you
A free second date update on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
All right. I want to tell you about this situation called repiping. Some people have such old plumbing and pinhole leaks, and it's just not even worth doing anything except replacing. Now, I have a place that specializes in repiping the entire house with drywall and everything. They do all the repairs. EuroPlumbingColorado.com. They will do repiping with PEX, which is freeze resistant and no joints in it except, at the faucets and at the outlets, the spigots, but it's a solid run of piping. And this PEX is the newest and greatest stuff around, and it's really a lifetime pipe. No leaks, no freezing. 720-500-3000, 720-500-3000, EuroPlumbingColorado.com for your repiping specialists.
Thank you. 4.5.
Oh, thank you. I can get some coffee. Does anyone want anything? Okay, be that way. I'm going to grab something because I need to be jazzed.
What do you think so far? Interesting?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'm surprised they all HD, but commercial was talking about is the power music.
Is that a white thing, a timer? Like to time himself?
Save that for another day.
Picture this. You're on a date and the conversation's flowing, the food's amazing, and then bad news happens. Suddenly you're leaning back instead of leaning in. Confidence gone. Or maybe it's a big meeting. You got a pitch nailed, the deal perfect, the coffee breath is doing lots of talking. Not the impression you want to leave behind. Here's the truth. Gum and mint, most of just bad breath band-aids and fade fast. That's why you need to try Zelman's Minty Mouth, the functional breath freshener for swallowing. Zelman's tiny dual action capsules are coated with powerful delicious mints and filled with spicy seed oil. Clinically tested to fight the chemical offenders, as well as onions, and it even takes out coffee too. For fresh, confident breath, anytime you get close. Zelman's is only available online, so go to Zelman's.com at ZELMINS.com and use code radio for 15% off your first order. That's ZELMINS.com with code radio for 15% off your first order today. Backed by 100% love it or your money back guarantee. Don't let bad breath ruin the moment. Facing a job
What the hell is that noise?
pension buyout, a severance package, or what to do with your 401k. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, and I Can Help. 720-488-8634 or 720-488-8634.
I'll look during the break. Looking for a Y connector to get your headset. I had it here, but it's not. For some reason, it's not here. Guys, I'm going to recommend something. I hope you take my advice. Don't age.
I'm going to bring over an extra set of headphones to Tom's house.
Oh. No, I know. In the beginning, you think it'll never happen, and then it just starts accelerating. I swear to God, we're ripping through seasons like, I can't believe we escaped a winter. Speaking about seasons, I mean, it's just because now it's March. We really literally escaped a winter, except for a couple days. And it's not a good thing, although I loved it. It's not a good thing. I mean, we really need that snow. Ideally, if we just had the dumping in the mountains, that would be perfect. And then our normal conditions here. But God, we're way behind. Hey, Tom Martino here with PlumlineServices.com. Okay, listen, so we were talking to that guy, and I want to tell you something, Bob. I made up a list of undesirable customers. Now, I know you'll never say it ever because obviously you're going to take them as you get them. But there are people, and again, I'm not going to call this guy a pain in the ass, but they kind of made him maybe a pain in the ass by jolting him in the beginning when he was sensitized. But I'm going to go over these characteristics we came up with of undesirable customers. But here's the thing. In most cases, it's the business that actually causes the customer to be undesirable. They are the ones that did it. We got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Nice.
All right. Now, got that. Speakers are up so we can hear it. I'm going to go see that live.
There's a restroom right there if anybody needs it, like just to the right.
Bob, that's Tom's restroom.
Please tell me you're pointing at a flower pot.
He gave me the keys.
Oh.
You got the keys to the restroom, Bob?
Yep.
My God, I've been here 2 years. I've never had that privilege.
Well, Bo.
Yeah.
If you turn the fan on once in a while.
The suit maketh the man, Bo.
All right. Well, I guess I need to come over in a three-piece to Tom's next week.
It's a two-piece. I don't have a vest.
Are you sure?
So's Bo's toupee. It's a two-piece.
Who else is over there? Bo, just you or?
Me, myself, and I.
As far as that goes, but I'm over here with, what's his name, Marc.
Marc Mager's doing the phones.
He is?
Yeah.
Really?
He's
What's
substituting.
up, Robert?
Where's Suzanne?
She's at home.
Where's Kelly?
Kelly is not here.
Well, obviously,
And
if you're answering the phones.
Yes.
So, Mark, no keys to the file cabinet?
Is he talking to me?
Hard to say.
Yeah, you're the only Marc Mager.
Well, we can't hear you that well.
Oh, okay. I stole a pair of headphones.
Why does he echo so bad?
Because we're coming through Tom's palatial.
I can turn it down when we go on the air.
Yeah,
Thank you.
know.
I just don't understand why Bo is bouncing. Oh, I guess I do. Of course I do. It'd be like if I had my monitor up at home.
Bingo.
We'll just come to the control room.
Let's see.
I'm just testing this. Just see. I don't have one that I used to use, so this may or may not work. I'm so sorry for testing 1, 2.
What's up, Bo?
Testing 1. Testing.
Yeah, are you being serious? You're damn right I will. We'll talk after the show.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Test. I think this will work. I'll get you.
I had leftover.
You go to Long John Silver's. I got to check out some Long Johns over there.
I picked up the 8-piece family meal.
You just got to get your fresh one.
Did you really get a family meal?
Yeah. I can't remember when that was. Was that Friday, Saturday? I don't know.
Yeah, this one.
Gone. Oh, dude. I ate the 8 pieces in the parking
Should work.
lot, and then saved the corn and the mac and cheese and the hush puppies till now. Yeah, no, I don't. Well, and then Saturday was Golden Corral.
Oh, there's already one. See, I'm not an idiot. There's one in there. See, I couldn't find it. Guys, I'm telling you, don't get over.
They know me pretty darn well, and I'm a.
I actually, that was smart. I left it hooked up.
Sheridan, they call that. Yep.
Now,
she works at the
is that
Golden
if
Corral.
we can go underneath here? Maybe I'm sorry if we're going to destroy it. It's really good.
All right.
If that
I'll be looking
oh,
for
excellent. All right. I did not lose it. It was right where it was supposed to be.
Yes. Like a gal that knows her way around trouble.
She's a little brat. Sometimes she jump up here.
No.
That's my daughter.
Oh my gosh, not the inside of the van. Oh my God.
That's a cute little cat.
Well,
I used to have dogs and cats my whole life, but I stopped having it. And then my daughter moved in here. She's transitioning, which seems like it for everything. Anyway, she has a cat.
Not bedded out. I moved the bed to the other one because I was.
It's a very well-behaved cat, I must say. Doesn't destroy anything.
But yeah, I spent most of my money on solar stuff. But
now, you can hear. I think you'll be able to. Once we go on, I can always crank it up. You can hear fine, right?
Yeah, it's great. I could. It'll run my electric blanket for 4 days. It's a hell of a thing, man. Last night was so toasty. Bit much, actually.
Voicemail.
Where is Dimitri today?
He's off. He's running his business. He has to take days off to get his business is pretty self.
Yeah.
It runs itself most of the time. He's built a pretty good machine. Hello, morons.
What do you need?
Damn it, it's making me do this.
What, log back into the call screener?
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
Bob Open Services.
What the hell is hog juice? I'm just reading about pork shoulders. Jesus, everything pork cheek, pork shoulders. I mean, everything pork you eat, everything.
It's good stuff.
Pork nose,
especially if it's
snout, whatever they call it. You don't eat pork tongue though. You eat beef tongue.
I don't.
I don't eat any damn tongue.
All right, let's see what happens here.
Sacrifice. Ripped off. Bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show where we are solving problems, answering questions, and taking complaints, making your life a little easier as we've done for 50 years, 45 years in Denver. And I thank you so much for being here. And we had an interesting thing come up. And again, I don't like going back on callers, and I'm certainly not making fun of any callers. And I believe most of the time when a customer has a problem, it starts with the business. Now, obviously, there are people that are just impossible, but but here's the deal. And by the way, speaking of that impossible, even though they are impossible, they should absolutely, positively be dealt with one way or another. Either don't take them as a customer, or when you take them, you're going to know what you have. So most of the time, you should avoid certain customers. There are certain customers you should just avoid. Others you make kind of bad sometimes. I don't know what the case was with this previous caller, but he was upset. He signed a $50,000 contract for replacement windows at Hansons.com or 1-800-Hansons, whatever. He said they caused some inconvenience and some damage, including a stain on his deck. He was very upset and truly was watching every move they make and feels like now, because of all this inconvenience and these problems, he should at least get a discount. And I asked Deputy Bo to call them to see what they think about this, and we'll get a report on that. But here's the bottom line. He mentioned in the very beginning, he starts telling from the very beginning, well, they were late, and they delayed, and then this, and then that. See, so they set themselves up to fail because in the beginning, when those things happen and the customer is sensitized, remember, all customers come to you when they're spending money in a sensitized state. They start recording your behavior and your impressions that you give, everything from the shoes to the actual equipment to the conversations techs have. If you ever call back to the ranch, back to the headquarters and say something like, I don't think this is whatever you say, they're listening to every word. And if they pick up on a word they don't like, you're in trouble. So remember, here's the message. When you're in business and you're in someone's home, or it doesn't even matter if you're in a home, if you're selling them a car at a dealership, when customers, when clients, when people, when consumers are spending money, they are in a state of sensitivity. They are sensitized, which throws them in to the recording mode. When they're in the recording mode, they record each and everything that happens, and they accumulate it through the entire transaction. Then at the end of the transaction, they evaluate everything based on this bucket. I call it a bucket they carry around where they fill it up with their impressions. I call it a bucket of injustices. You can call it a suitcase. You can call it whatever you want. But they carry that thing around. And if it gets too heavy, you're in trouble. No matter what kind of a product you leave them with, if it's 100% the best product on the market, and after all the hassles, you did it perfectly, you're never going to get a good review. They're never going to say, look at that furnace, or look at that water heater, or look at those windows, those doors, the siding. Doesn't it look beautiful? Even though, and it will, let's say, or isn't it great? They're going to say, well, let me tell you about that. See, somebody will say, those are beautiful windows, DJ. Oh, let me tell you about that. From the time they got here, blah, 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 blah. And then they unload. When the end of the story is, I got beautiful windows and it's a great warranty. Doesn't matter. It's the journey. It's the journey, not necessarily the destination. Now, it's both. You want both. Although I have had companies, listen to this, who have actually ripped people off or gave them a bad value, where the products were terrible, but the consumer saying their praises. What the hell? How can a consumer sing your praises when you're in business? When you ended up with a bad product at a bad price? Because you played the game right. You programmed them correctly. You knew they were sensitized. They were in a programming state, and you fed them great impressions. So they ended up loving you. You see, when I've examined consumers who were happy and sad or mad or angry or delighted, very seldom is it because of the end product or service or value even. It's because they did not like the journey. And they also felt like you didn't like the journey. And it just never goes right. So in this case with the windows, he's never going to be happy. Now he wants a discount, but even if he gets the discount, he'll never be happy. Never, ever, ever. The business lost him forever. So remember this. If you don't get in on the right foot and do it correctly from the beginning, that bucket's going to get heavy and you're going to lose them. All you can do is just get out with your life. Now, I call it making a movie. If you visualize yourself, your company, your technicians, your services, your products, everything, your store, or your in-home visit, anything, any interaction with a customer, if you visualize it mentally as making a movie, it'll be wonderful because you're going to make the star of that movie the consumer. You're going to be a supporting character. Your company's going to be a strong supporting character. You're going to build an impression and you're going to make that movie wonderful. So if you think of it that way, you want them to feel great about the experience. And then, you know, we've had people, for example, who've gone through a wonderful movie. But as I said, they had loads of problems with the product itself and they overlooked it because they loved the experience. Then we've had others who had no problems with the actual product or end result, but they hated it because of the experience. So you got to give people great experiences and look at it as making a movie, even so much as an intro. The body of that movie, the intro would be how they first see you. You know, you want that to be a great impression. And then the body of that movie, you want to give enough information and have characters involved. And then you want a good, happy ending. If you do that, your company will thrive. You will build a business quicker than you know what to do. And consumers will be happy. And speaking of consumers, I made a list of undesirable customers. Some of them are made this way. Some of them are just that way, right? But some, the companies actually make them undesirable. One is the money counters. Now, these people, the business doesn't really make a money counter. Money counters come to you that way, and you have to decide if you want to do business with them. These are people who want to know what everything costs and how much you're making. Everything. How much you pay for that? How much you pay for that? How much you pay for your text? How much you pay for this? How much you pay for that? And then how much you making on this? I mean, they're so concerned with margins and prices. Here's what's amazing. Even if you give them a great price, an end price, right? Product, everything. They love the price. If they are money counters, it doesn't matter if it's a good price. If you're making too much money, they won't like it. Or if they think that they're paying too much for a part, you've always heard, well, I can go to Auto Parts and get it for this much. Or I can go to Home Depot and get it for this much. Those are money counters. You do not want money counters. You cannot convert them. You cannot make them your fan. You do not want them. If you get the impression a customer is a money counter, run. Do not try to please them. You will never, ever please them. Never. They want you to make no money, and they want to pay as little as possible for whatever they get. And as I said, there's nothing wrong. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with a consumer looking for value in the cost of something. But you don't want a nitpicking money counter who cares about margins and who cares about profit and who cares about all of that. You don't want them. I'm going to go over some more coming up too, but I want you to give us a call, 303-713-TALK. Dave's on the line. We'll get to him right after this. I'm Tom Martino. You know what? I want to tell you something. You want the most beautiful walk-in showers on a budget, but they're beautiful porcelain walls, no maintenance whatsoever. RenewHomeInnovations.com. They can do it in just 2 or 3 days. They can give you a year to pay with absolutely no interest. RenewHomeInnovations.com, 303-904-2000.
Yep.
Picture the
Sorry, this is a minute away here.
flowing, the food's amazing, and then bad breath happens.
Okay, I'll do that discount,
Confidence
then he can do the
gone.
other.
Or maybe it's a big meeting, but coffee breath is doing all the talking, not the impression you want to leave behind. Here's the truth. Gum and mints, most are just bad breath Band-Aids, and they fade fast. That's why you need to try Zellman's Minty Mouth, the functional breath freshener you swallow. Zellman's tiny dual-action capsules are coated with a powerful, delicious mint and filled with parsley seed oil, clinically tested to fight the toughest offenders like garlic and onions. And it even takes down coffee breath too, for fresh, confident breath anytime you need to get close. So go to Zellmans.com, that's ZELMINS.com, and use the code RADIO for 15% off your first order. ZELMINS.com, code RADIO for 15% off today. Don't let bad breath ruin the moment.
Hey, here are 2 words you normally don't hear together. Discount bath. Oh, bathrooms can be very, very expensive, but Discount Bath, they'll show you a way to do it with the best guaranteed prices and value. That's what I love on this show. Great values and great prices. This is the guaranteed lowest price, and you'll prove it to yourself. DiscountBath.com, whether it's your rental, your fix and flip, or your dream home, discountbath.com. Go to discountbath.com, fill out a few questions, then you get an exclusive private link where you can put your video of your project. So take your smartphone and video what you want. Say, I want to move this toilet. I want a double vanity here. I want a walk-in shower here. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to move this wall. What they will do then is look at this vid and give you a price and email it to you without ever coming to the house. Of course, they'll visit if you want, but start out at discountbath.com, 720-979-2322.
How about if I told you, listen to this, if I told you you can take a lump sum of money from an IRA or an old 401k and convert it to guaranteed income every single month for the rest of your life? Let me tell you something. It's true. You can do it. I want you to call the guys at mymoneymyway.com. Joseph and Jordan are going to walk you through it. They're going to tell you all the different annuity products. Maybe you're going to retire in 30 days. Maybe you're going to retire in 5 years. They have the right product. They're great guys. Check it out now. mymoneymyway.com. Need a...
Very nice. Doing all right over there, Tom?
What's that?
Are you doing all right? You're entertaining the room there. We want to make sure you're...
Who's in the room with you?
Yeah.
Tom, who's there?
Bob Logan.
Who are the 2 women?
Yeah, we don't
Courtney and Danon.
Oh, with Bob, I get you.
They're with the marketing department, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Tom doesn't have chicks in the
Courtney's been there forever.
Reverend Dave.
She's the one that was telling me all about Bob.
Uh-oh.
Really? She's got a diary going on.
No response.
I was fishing for a good one, right? That's what I do.
When they start taking the fifth, you know you're onto something.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my God, he promised never to say that to Bob.
Yep.
Hey, Bob.
Yes, sir.
You're going to have a good question on the gas regs coming up.
Okay. You're
And
talking about
something
low
with his-
NOx?
Low NOx, what I'm guessing, I didn't ask him because I basically get the basics, but here's the deal. If I had to guess, and it's only a guess, it's whether or not you can modify a current furnace to meet the regs. Why anybody would do that, I have no idea, but I wonder if that's his question.
Whether or not you can modify an existing furnace?
I'm guessing that's what he's going to ask.
Okay.
I think it would cost more to modify than buying a new furnace.
I think you'd lose the AGA rating if you did that.
Just
Well, my question is, why would you want to?
Well, exactly. I have no idea why you'd want to. And once again, that might not be the question. I'm throwing darts into the wall.
You're assuming, Mark.
Assumptions are made.
By the way, all this in Iran has shot my little side business. I was selling them really flammable American flags. They're not burning them now. Got no repeat business. Oh, well.
Hey, Bob.
Yes.
Do you know if Carrier West loaded up on a...
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Dave is on the line, has a question about the new gas regs. There are a lot of new gas regs, by the way, having to do with, what is it called, the NOx, NOx ratings?
Low NOx, yes.
Okay, what that really means is, let's just sum it up, cleaner emissions. That's really what it is.
That's exactly. They burn cleaner.
Gas-fired, they want them cleaner.
Yes.
So what is your question, Dave?
Good morning. I need an education. I'm a fairly smart guy. I've got 4 college degrees, 2 associate degrees, 2 bachelor's degrees. I can fly fixed wing, but like you, Tom, I can't fly rotary.
Yeah.
I know what a polymorphic clear leukocyte is, but
Wow.
I don't know anything about heat pump, and I don't know anything about the new laws. I have a 28-year-old furnace that runs like a top. I've had the blower motor repaired 1 time in it, replaced, and I've had the igniter bar done twice in it. Other than that, it runs absolutely perfectly. What am I looking for at 80 years old? What am I looking for?
Damn, you are spry, my friend.
Do I need? Am I going to need a new furnace to get ahead of this game? Well, I have a big house, but I don't have air conditioning. I have an attic fan that works. When we built our house in 1998, it worked just fine. Now we're getting a little warmer days. Talk to me about heat pumps, new NOx laws, and everything else. I'm going to hang up and listen to you on the radio because it's easier than.
What do you need? Well, okay. What do you need to know about it? That's good. What, Bob, and do you know enough about it to talk about it?
I mean, should I get a heat pump? Is that going to give me air conditioning? I've got a big house. How big of a heat pump do I need? I've got a furnace. I've got a ream, and like I say, it's absolutely a great machine. Normal maintenance. I'm a VIP with plumb line, so you guys keep me running and everything. But what do I need to do in the future to stay ahead of the game if I'm only going to be in my house for 5 more years?
Yeah, well, when you say in your house, do you plan on selling it in 5 years?
Yeah, I'm going to sell it in 5 years.
Okay.
I'm going to move to a state that's a little more consumer friendly, business friendly.
I
things
understand
like that.
completely. Well, so as with anything else, when you go to sell your home, they're going to try to find everything. The buyers are going to try to find anything they can to use against you. And even if your 28-year-old furnace is in perfect shape at 33 years old, they'll say you have to replace it. So January 1st, low NOx water heaters and furnaces came in a law. Again, they don't really improve the output as far as what you feel as a consumer, the performance of the system. It's a lower emission alternative, and so it burns cleaner. There are some systems left because as long as we took delivery or our distributors took delivery before January 1st, we can sell through the older models, which will save you a considerable amount of money. So it might be something you want to consider right now. Whether or not you go to a heat pump, I do have a heat pump. I got a dual fuel system. It switches back and forth between gas and heat. You're not, there's arguments on whether or not you can save money there, but because our gas prices are so cheap in Colorado and electric prices are high, it is a heat pump is a cleaner burning system. But as far as the performance, again, it's not necessarily any better.
No, it's not better at all. If anything, they had to, I think, whenever you institute some of these these regulations and these efficiencies, you can sometimes, or emission standards, you can sometimes cut down on the effectiveness of the product.
That's exactly right, especially in our high altitude. And so my recommendation is, again, because we do have some of the older systems that can save you a lot of money right now, get one of our design consultants out, have them do a complete walkthrough, address any questions you have or concerns. It's a lot like buying a car. You can buy something in a budget model, or you can buy something on a luxury model, and there's several in between. And
hey, Bob, I've got a question for you. When it comes to the heat pumps, he kind of alluded to this. Sizing. I have seen a lot of homes that have 2, 3, even one home I saw had 4 different furnaces and AC units. So can one heat pump do all of that, or do you have to have 4 heat pumps?
Good question.
You would have 4 heat pumps.
You would?
Yes.
Why?
You're basically just replacing your furnace in that.
Okay. Now,
wow, that seems like it would be crazy.
But the only reason,
Dave,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave, I do have a true question for you. Are you there still? I can barely hear him. Did you vote for Johnson or Goldwater back in the day?
I voted. I campaigned for Goldwater because I had just gotten in the military. My father I used to go, but Dad, in your heart, you know he's right. My dad used to go, yeah, but in your guts, you know he's nuts.
Do you know back in the day who I worked in? You know whose campaign I worked on? Gene McCarthy. Do you remember him?
Gene McCarthy.
Gene McCarthy.
Yeah, was that in the 50s?
No.
Yep.
Bo, you're not that young, so shut up. I mean, it wasn't in the 50s. It was in the, what was it, the 70s, right? Or 60s, late 60s.
Early 60s.
Gene McCarthy was a screaming liberal. And I was, here's what's weird.
Now it's all coming together.
No, Mark,
head.
you were liberal too. And here's the point, is being liberal back in the day, what's funny is
it's like being moderate now.
Well, no, it's being conservative. The conservatives right now have all of the things. I never changed. My kids said, Dad, how do you go from liberal to conservative? I said, I didn't. The system did. I said, I have all the same feelings, thoughts, and philosophies as I had, but everyone used to call that liberal, now are calling it conservative, and just the opposite for liberals. I mean, it's just weird how the labels changed. I didn't change, the labels changed.
Well, think about what JFK said. Don't ask what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
Exactly.
You would never hear that from a liberal today.
No, you would.
And by the way, Dave, if you're still listening, I know you said you might hang up, but thank you for being one of our VIPs. I appreciate it. It's a great program.
It is a great program. We should mention that, and we should talk about it.
Explain what it is, Bob.
Yeah. So for our VIP service, for a very small monthly fee, we'll come out and do an annual inspection of your furnace and air conditioning system, making sure it's operating the way it's supposed to. If you ever need or you have concerns about your plumbing or your electrical system, we'll be happy to come out and do an inspection at no charge. We waive our service fees, our trip charge, which is normally $49 during normal business hours, $200 after hours.
So you pay for that annual fee.
You get
in
priority
no time.
service during our busy seasons. Priority service. There's special
And discounts.
special discounts, but it's, I mean, for a furnace and air conditioning system, it's $16.50 a month.
No,
I mean,
you can't beat it.
It's
No. You beat that with one service. One service.
Oh yeah, easily. And today's point, I don't know how long Dave has been a VIP, but if he's got a 28-year-old furnace that continues to run like a top, that's, if you take care of things, they're going to continue to run.
Yeah, they will. And when you do have to replace, you get special discounts.
That's right.
And by the way, keep that in mind, because before the end of the day, I'm going to ask Plumline to come up with a special for my listeners today, whatever they want to do. Thank you, Dave, for the call, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. If you're in pain, denverregen.com for stem cell therapy, denverregen.com.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
Yeah, we're not doing too badly here in town. We did have, kind of a mobile construction zone there on 270 out of Commerce City. Looks okay right now, but periodic backups both directions. Pena running just a little heavy coming out of the airport. I-70 west from Colorado to Brighton. And a little sluggish there, but I-25 is wide open across the city, and currently I-70 there at the bottom of Floyd Hill is open. They've been doing rock scaling with a couple of closures. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
Why haven't you listened to Red Pilled America? I get it. You must have pronouns in your bio. Because if you don't, then you should be listening to Red Pilled America. It's a storytelling show for patriots. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app. That's Red Pilled America.
Hey, have you ever thought about being a landlord, but you know it's a pain in the butt? Well, you can be a landlord in good markets with the help of Vestera Turnkey, and they really take the hassle out of it. Let me explain what they do. They help identify great properties around the country in good markets, strong rents, and upside potential for equity. They help you buy it because they're a buying broker. And then they have management companies that help you manage and rent it, where you don't have to do anything really. And they even take your daily phone calls. Then when it comes times to sell, they say usually in 1.5 to 3 years, you sell for profit. Now you can buy another one and keep rolling them in, or you can just take the money and run. VesteraTurnkey.com. If you think it sounds interesting, give them a call, 303-888-3788.
Yep. And, Tom, there's a few of us here, and Bo would have been one of them probably. Mark doesn't exactly remember. Having to watch Ted Koppel every damn night with the count of...
Oh, that's right. At the countdown. American held hostage, day 130.
Oh, my gosh.
That's how he got his start.
Days.
That's how he got his start, Ted Koppel.
That was Nightline, yep.
I watched it when I was in college every freaking night and interfered with my beer drinking.
And to that, I say, us having to sit through that for a year, dig this guy up and kill him again. Oh, my God. Had about enough. If I ended every show with death to Tom, how long would that last? When would you snap, Tom? 47 years?
What?
No. Well, they'd end every meeting with death to America and death to Israel. At some point, you go, oh, okay, we're done hearing that.
I know.
Yeah, that was annoying. Is he still alive, Shannon?
Who?
Koppel. Ted Koppel.
Actually, I think so. I think so. I'm not sure, but...
He was on top of the world there, that Nightline.
Best known for anchoring ABC's Nightline for 25 years. He is famous for his rigorous interviewing
rigorous.
and iconic voice. Would you like to know more about his career highlights or his time at ABC?
Is he still alive? That's what I asked you. I asked if he was... Is Ted Koppel still alive?
I wonder what the hell happened to Nancy Guthrie. God, that's going to haunt me.
I'm really glad they switched over to the war. I'm tired of hearing about that every night, Tom. I know it's bad, but every night.
What the hell does that mean?
About hearing about the case.
Yeah, what? Why?
We drove by and took pictures.
I mean, listen, the guy put a clump of dirt on a Ring camera to get away. Who are we dealing with here that the FBI can't find him? D.B. Cooper? How smart is this guy? Jiminy Christmas.
We didn't have to find D.B. Cooper, Shannon. He died when he jumped out of that airplane.
Well, that's what they say, but do you really know that for sure?
Well, I think they found
Phone
currency.
number.
All right, get your own show.
Okay, Mark.
Golly.
Get my own
All right, Mark. Why don't you chime in too? You got a mic there, Mark.
I'm doing 14 things.
Hey, do 15 then. Do 15 or 16.
Jeez.
Do 16.
I'm doing Shannon's job, my job, your job, Kelly's job.
Why don't you add sit-ups to that list?
I'm doing
Mark,
sit-ups.
You need to. You've been gone for 2 weeks.
It's been...
What are those where you do the jumping jack, jump down, do a push-up? Those.
Doing a scrunchie or
I'm
whatever
putting
they call
poles up.
Yeah, poles.
I can't even do that at my age.
I was waiting for that.
And charging.
I heard you can after your visit, though.
Oh, my gosh.
Hellcat says someone fed Nancy
Big
to the
Lou.
lions.
Big
He
Lou,
can't do
he's like
number
you.
Yeah.
Big Tom, he's the bomb.
Well, then let's drop him on.
He survived cancer
Big Tom,
too.
he's like you.
Yeah.
He can't do number 2.
Yeah.
I can't go number 2.
He can survive cancer just like you.
Yeah.
He's like you, older and heavier. Does your first wife want a life insurance policy as big as your current trophy wife?
It's a hell of an ad campaign.
Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah.
We should probably switch up the whole Broncos thing there.
I don't
I
understand
know.
why this is running.
I listen, it's not me. I gave him
Right.
stuff.
No, we don't. That's why I don't make fun of you anymore. All right, stand by.
As the lowest prices guaranteed.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. K&H Home Solutions. God, I love these people. They now have painters, K&H Painting Pros. You can get them at 303-421-7100, 421-7100. That's khwindows.com. Hey, so we got Plumline with us, and we're talking about your problems, questions, and complaints. And we were talking about other issues as well. We were classifying customers, and we talked about money counters. We've all encountered money counters. And I say that is one customer you simply have to avoid. I don't know what makes them that way, but you got to avoid them. Now, you have other customers we call nitpickers. Sometimes nitpickers are nitpickers because they don't trust who they're dealing with fully because they started out with a bad impression. So sometimes companies create nitpickers. Like DJ said, hey, I felt like I had to be there. Why did he feel like he had to be there? Because they were saying things about delivery and about installation and about other things that turned out not to be true. Nitpickers. Now, some people love the challenge. I'll take those nitpickers, and that's okay. You shouldn't have to avoid them completely, but you know who you're dealing with. You should actually assume most everyone is a nitpicker, but money counters, for sure, you avoid. Nitpickers, that's up to you. What about this one? And again, Bob, I'm dragging Bob into this. He will never make fun of customers. I know he's too classy for that, and he'll never classify them or anything. But I know you've run into people like this. I know you have, Bob. The authoritarian. These are customers who know everything. And you're there and you wonder, why did they call us? They know everything. I mean, why did they bother calling us? Because they say, well, I think blah, 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 or that's not true. Look at this study done in 1980. No. Have you known people now, not just in business, but
no, you're right. There's a lot of people like that.
Authoritarian.
That want to tell you how to do your job.
Or actually, and it's not even when they're hiring people, just You may have friends like that. I don't know.
That's true.
Authoritarian.
That's true. But
do you know any authoritarians? YouTubers, you morons. The reason I talk to YouTubers like that is because they have immediate feedback they can give me on the chat. Whereas if you're calling, you may not take the time to call. But YouTubers, authoritarians, have you run across them? The people who know everything. Like, for example, Tim. He's one of my morons. If you watch his posts, he knows everything. I like him, but he knows everything. I talked to him the other day. Tim knows everything. Mark, do you know any authoritarians?
Any authoritarians?
Yeah, people who know everything or think they know everything.
Well, of course I do.
You do? Do they rub you the wrong way, or how do you take them seriously?
It depends if they really know what they're talking about.
Oh, that's true. That's a good one right there.
I have no problem with someone that knows everything and they're proud of knowing it. I don't find anything wrong with that.
I actually love people like that. Actually, I gravitate toward people like that.
Elon Musk.
I love picking people's brains. Like when I'm at my wife often says, when I see Tom and he's tied up at a party or a gathering, I know that person knows something that he doesn't or knows more than he does. And what I'm doing is getting a bunch of free education.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Surround yourself with people like that.
And I don't sit there and try to make believe I know everything and I know more than him. I love sucking off of people. I love it. But I'm talking, Mark, Mark, I'm talking about authoritarians who don't really know. They're just pains in the butt.
They just think they know.
They're not authoritarians, though.
Well, that's the nickname I give them. So have you known money counters in your day, Mark?
I don't mind. Listen, one of my favorite people is my accountant. I refer to him as a bean counter, and he is very good at counting beans.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you were in the biz, like for the car biz, money counters who want to know what did you pay for that part? How much you making on this? How much you making on that?
Yeah, I'm not going to say we never had them, but in general, it's pretty straightforward. You come in, it's going to cost you $400 for the brake job. It's done, it's over.
But some people don't care if you give them even if they like the price.
The biggest thing
they want to know breakdowns.
I'd be interested with Bob. The entire industry that Bob's in, I don't know anybody that does parts and labor anymore. Anybody. The entire industry has moved to basically, job pricing or whatever you want to call it. And that never happened in automotive. It just never did. We'd bill out of the Mitchell's manual per hour. Even if the guy could do an alternator in 10 minutes, if the book called for 2 hours, you billed 2 hours. If it took him 4 hours, you billed 2 hours. It was just the way it is. Why do you think the home services industry, Bob, literally moved over, and I mean everybody? I don't know one company that doesn't do it the current way. What happened?
Well,
good question.
We call it straightforward pricing, and it's really the most equitable way to do business for a couple of reasons. One, it doesn't matter how big your house is, if you're male or female. It really doesn't matter. Everybody's going to pay the same price for the service that they get. And it also is fair because, for example, I've got master plumbers that could install a water heater in about 2 hours. It would take me about 4 hours. So if I'm charging time and material, I'm going to charge you more because I'm less capable of doing the job. So we determine those prices up front. Parts, labor, warranties, insurance, everything goes into it, including the labor, the average labor of a licensed technician. And that's how we set our price. So up front before we do any work exactly what you're going to pay before we do anything.
It's just faster, more to the point.
It's faster, more to the point. Now, we do get those, what would you call them, Tom? Parts counters or
money counters.
Money counters, after the fact, because, again, our technicians are excellent at what they do. I mean, they get in, they get out, they do the job right, and they're quick at what they do. So a lot of times, people will say, well, wait a second. I thought they were going to be here for like 5 hours and they're in and out. And
even if people got a good price, they get a price. And Mark was talking about they get a price. Yeah, but they're not all happy with that, Mark. Some of them want to know, how much did you pay for that? I can go to Advanced Auto Parts and pay this. And I know they do that with water heaters. Well, I can go to Home Depot and buy a water heater for $600. You hear that not all the time, but you hear that from the money counters. So money.
Yeah, but most people realize that a business has to make money. I mean, I really don't remember hearing that a lot in automotive. And in computers, when I had Mountain Peak computers, I never heard of it. Never. I never heard anybody say,
with
I
computers,
could buy that RAM
well, Mark,
online.
because computers people didn't know a lot about, and they fancy themselves knowing about cars and about the house. But I beg to differ. I talk to our auto guy all the time, and Kevin said people always tell him that about, well, wait a minute, I can buy this for that much, and although his prices are reasonable anyway, but he still gets questioned. The money counters, the watchers, the nitpickers, authoritarians. And then there's the other one. I call them the wise guys.
Well, hold on. We've had this conversation before. Let's go back to the money counters real quick.
Yeah.
So what is acceptable for a business? Let's say a tire costs
I
me
know.
$100.
I know. There is no acceptable.
Can I sell it for $10,000?
Well, no.
If someone called into the show and I was selling a tire that I bought for $100 for $10,000, would that be acceptable?
Well, of course not.
Saying that, I sold valve stems for $4.99 each, and I bought valve stems for about 2 cents, just like everybody else in that industry. So what is acceptable? Who is anyone to say what is gouging, what is not?
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. And I think the market, that's where the free market economy comes in. The wise guys, you know what that means? The wise guys. The wise guys. It's my little nickname for questioners, the wise. Why this? Why that? The wise guys, not W-I-S-E, but W-H-Y. Why? Why do you do it this way? Why do you do that?
My technicians love that because
they do. They like explaining it
because the homeowner's engaged. They're interested.
That's good.
And then they can.
That's a good way of looking at it. But sometimes it's too much. But you're right, though. Wise guys can be welcomed. And then.
Now, how about people that, like, let's say you're putting in a new furnace, Bob, and the husband comes down and just parks himself in the middle of it and wants to watch the whole thing. I mean, that would drive me insane.
Part of that. That's part of the watcher.
We invite them to do that.
We invite
them to do that.
They're watcher.
Because again, we want them to see the process and everything that we're doing, as long as they're out of the way and they're not, there's not a safety concern. Like on an excavation job, obviously we can't have them in the middle of the yard.
Okay,
but we want them involved.
You probably don't mind any of these because anybody good in business knows how to deal with them. The only one I think I would absolutely positively avoid are the money counters. Seriously, because they never feel like they got a deal ever.
Well, Tom, like you said, there's some people that you'll never make happy, but most of the complaints, we got to ask ourselves, what did we do to cause that?
That's my whole point.
It's right. It could have been something very little and minor in our eyes, but to the homeowner, they're spending a lot of money. I mean, DJ,
as I was talking about,
$50,000,
right?
50,000. You expect that to go perfect.
As I was talking about, you have to make the right movie for that consumer to be in. And you're the one who's directing that movie. We got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. I'm Tom Martino along with PlumlineServices.com.
Yep.
Now, Impact Traffic.
Yeah, we're not doing too badly here in town. We did have, kind of a mobile construction zone there on 270 out of Commerce City. Looks okay right now, but periodic backups both directions. Pena running just a little heavy coming out of the airport. I-70 west from Colorado to Brighton. A little sluggish there, but I-25 is wide open across the city, and currently I-70 there at the bottom of Floyd Hill is open. They've been doing rock scaling with a couple of closures. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by Wellness Unmasked with Dr. Nicole Sapphire.
Medical headlines, they're everywhere. But what do they really mean? Join me on Wellness Unmasked for a deeper look, plus the latest from the MAHA movement. Listen to Wellness Unmasked with Dr. Nicole Sapphire on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Can you imagine someone saying we have 50 lines of windows? Wow. That's something that is good because you'll find one right for you, whether it's a fix and flip, a rental, dream house. I've said it before, Gravina's has the greatest windows. I should say the greatest selection of windows, and you pick the one right for you. They have also multiple lines of siding and doors. They've been around 65 years. Granddad started, Larry took over for the granddad who was his father, and then Nick took over for Larry, 950 West Evans, 303 Gravina, 303 Gravina, or gravinas.com.
I want to tell you about John Clace. I don't care if you're looking for a reverse mortgage, if you're looking for a line of credit on your house, if you're looking for a 30-year line of credit on your house. How about a refi to pay off high-interest credit cards? He works for CMG. He's one of the branch managers. They loan across the entire country, and they have great rates and low fees. You're going to love these guys. And you're going to be dealing direct with the lender. They lend out over $2 billion a month, and that means savings for you. Call John direct. Talk to the big guy, 303-577-7206, 303-577-7226, or partnerinlending.com.
Nice. That was something for Tom to open up to us like that, wasn't it, Mark?
What are you talking about, Shannon?
When he admitted,
I love sucking off people. I love it.
Wow.
You're a you know what? You are terrible. Shannon, you are a dirty-minded jerk.
That's all he thinks
this isn't
about,
like the
Tom.
Epstein files. This is on tape.
I love sucking off people. I love
You
it.
guys
Go to
God.
do you guys go to
the
Bailey?
bathhouse
Somebody
on
wants to know.
Colfax? What?
Bailey?
Bailey, no.
Oh.
Where is Bailey?
It's up by Conifer.
Okay. So how far up into the foothills or mountains do you go?
Really, 470 is our cutoff there.
Okay.
And
Why is it that so many companies don't go up there?
because if we had a
weather
normal
sucks.
winter, I mean,
okay.
Because we used to service Evergreen and stuff, and year after year after year, technicians would drive up there and say, "I can't get up the driveway."
Oh my God!
Well, that and Tom,
So
I
it was a
used to
completely
serve
wasted
papers
day.
up there. I used to have to drop subpoenas and stuff up in that area. They are the craziest people on the planet.
The whole
If you
mountain
don't-
communities.
Oh my gosh!
Hey,
yeah,
I
I'd
live
be
up
You
there.
know, especially if I'm dropping divorce papers or
Yeah.
something. If you don't get off my property,
I'm
I'll
gonna
shoot you and your car. And I said to one guy, "Go one or the other, man. Not both of us." Yep.
Shannon, I
Always getting guns
agree.
pulled. I mean, Conifer, Idledale. What else? What are Indian Hills, Evergreen?
Conifer.
What's that about? I can't hear you.
Conifer.
Yep, love it. They seem like nice hippies until you have something to drop on them. Because of baseball on KOA, I'm with you one more hour.
Really?
Then you're getting. Then you'll
Or-
be able to close strong with Dragon.
Can't believe spring training already started.
Yep.
It's
I'm
Christmas
sure they're
down
going to
in
be
Arizona.
fine this
Watch
year.
that. Denise and her husband have been a couple times. She could take it or leave it. She's a huge baseball fan. Yeah. You what? Yeah. I was a Red Sox fan when I was in high school and college.
Says here, Iran has fired over 500
One of my
missiles
best
so
friends
far.
was from Connecticut.
How many have hit?
And we didn't have them.
I don't know that. It doesn't say, but I had heard that they had about 2,500.
That's what I heard. And
What?
that
So they're
included
running out.
drones.
All right, so they're running out. Keep blowing your load there, Demi.
Is it like a fireworks show? You save that ending, that big blast at the ending, that last ditch effort?
Yeah, but it's accidentally going to be in the ocean. Whoops.
Empty, but they're still sold out.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, Ice Agent shooting. When did that?
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Continuing with my list, we had the money counters, the watchers, the nitpickers, the authoritarians, the questioners, I call them the wise guys, and then you have the validators. Those are people who are always consulting others. Well, my brother-in-law said, my uncle said, my brother said, my father said. They're validators. They're a little different than authoritarians. Authoritarians are saying, well, I know this and I know that. Validators are people who look to others for advice and always second guess you. They're also called second guessers. Have you had?
Check the fruit on the tree before you ask for advice. Yes, typically the people they're taking advice from know nothing about what we do.
Yeah. And then the blackmailers. Oh boy. Oh boy. You've known these people. If I don't get a discount, blah, blah, blah. If you don't do this, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. They're the blackmailers. The other one, the blamers. Let me explain about blamers. Blamers are different than, let me explain it. Blamers blame you for everything. For example, you could be there and you did a furnace. 2 days later, their water pressure drops. How often would you get a call and they're complaining about their water pressure and you never went near their water? You did a furnace. They're the blamers. You're blamed for everything. You touched it, you own it. And you're nodding your head. Yeah, these all ring true. These all ring true. Anyway, and the next one is the opportunist. When you're at the house, while you're here, could you look at this? But they don't want to pay extra. They're just, while you're here, blah, 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 while you're here. See, I got them all down pat. If you have any, let me know. 303 Martino.
Thank you.
Yeah. I nailed them, didn't I?
You forgot the I'm a friend of Tom Martino's. I'm going to call him.
Well, no. They're not opportunists. If I know Tom Martino, would they be the validator? No, I don't know what they would be. They're threateners. No, that's who. They're the blackmailers or threateners.
Yeah, that's true. And if you don't do this, well, let's get him on the phone. He'll be neutral. He'll listen to both sides.
To get back to training? Yeah.
Are you guys leaving? Just make sure you close that door behind you so I don't lose a cat.
I'll walk up.
Okay. Thanks.
She's a sweet kid.
Do you want me to get you something, Bob? Like coffee?
Some water. Do you want something?
No, I'm good. Nice seeing you again, Court.
Yeah, thank you.
Bob wants Chick-fil-A.
Thank you.
Bob, does Carrier have a stockpile of 80% furnaces for you?
You're up, Bo. You just must have
Bob.
walked away.
Oh. Hey, Bob, do you guys have a stockpile of 80% furnaces?
I don't think he's ignoring you. He just may not be there.
I know he's not. I know he's ignoring me.
They were doing something. They were walking the chicks out, or something was going on.
I see the chicks are still there on YouTube.
Oh, you see them?
Yeah.
Ladies.
Unless I'm delayed. I'm delayed. Oh, he's pushing those buttons of silence. You still in there, Shannon? I think everybody's gone. I'm by myself. Good, I'm going to push some buttons. What does this button do? What is this like? Oh, here it comes. Time for some crackers.
Yep. Like it or not, that's what I'm doing.
I'm glad you're doing something.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here staring at Shannon.
Just mind your own fucking business.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I like being a busybody.
You're a pain in the ass. There's a difference.
Thank you. I take that as a compliment.
Do you know anybody that goes up to Bailey? Somebody's asking.
Blue Sky.
Bo, why was Tom barking at you there? You good?
Why are you still here?
I don't know. I think I made some kind of a slur.
Really?
Yeah. You guys missed out. You went to the...
Tom is obviously a very generous person. You know that.
I love sucking off people. I love it.
That's good.
He's not going to... Tom, I wouldn't take that if I were you.
I'm going to store that one for 20 years.
Uh-huh. Oh, listen, I'm leaving it for Dragon, and he is a much better archivalist than I am.
It's too bad you guys didn't go back to... Well, back then you have carts, so I guess you couldn't grab it.
No.
Or it would take a lot longer.
Reel to reel.
Reel to
I can't
reel.
imagine.
Or cart.
Man.
The cart.
Here we go.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by PlumlineServices.com. Bob Logan is with me from Plumline. They do plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. Certainly have done a lot of stuff at my house. And we've been talking about all kinds of stuff. But one thing I do want to mention, or I want to ask about, is this winter that we've had. Now, I know, for example, it's really weird because we have people in different businesses that want different things. If you're just listening, by the way, folks, we do talk about everyday aches and pains, the things that tick you off, the things that make you tick. We talk about buying and selling and who to buy, when to buy, or when to buy, where to buy, how to buy, why to buy, when to buy, and all that. And we also talk about everything to do with our daily lives. It's the only place where you can get help for that stuff. So give us a call at 303-MARTINO, 24/7 if you have a problem. Don't let it fester. 303-627-8466. If somebody lied to you, cheated you, or ripped you off, we can help. We really have recovered hundreds of millions of dollars. So now let's talk about this season. You know, I have a roof. Go ahead.
I want to bring up something I brought up before. Plumline does something. To me, I don't even understand why they do it. They have the 93 or
You
free.
love that, don't you, Mark? You absolutely love it.
Our sink backed up. One morning we get up. We lived in the house forever. Our main sink all of a sudden isn't draining. I put some of that Drano crap down there. Still isn't draining. And I said, you know what? I've had Plumline out before at our old house. Let's see if they come out here to Franktown. Just called up the regular number. They had a crew out there within 5 or 6 hours. They came out. They put this snake down the drain, cleared the drain, no other problems, for $93. Bob, for the life of me, I don't know how you do it. If you have a slow drain out there, these are the guys.
Yeah, and what, you know, the real strength about that, Bob, is not the 93. Because if you can't clear it and you paid 93, you'll find out a diagnostic.
That's right. If we can't clear it, it's free, 93 or free, and
you'll know there's a bigger problem.
And you know, it's one of the ways we introduce our services to our clients, just like our tuna.
They call them lost leader.
Yeah, we don't really make any money on it, but we want to win our clients for life. We want to blow them away with an outstanding customer service experience, so that they say, when I have that major problem or when I need a replacement of a furnace or water heater, these are the guys I'm calling. Now, here's the thing, Mark. We just started this year. That's included in our VIP. So if you're a VIP,
if you're a VIP for $16 a month,
yeah, and I said $16.50, but it's $9 for just a furnace, $9 a month, $16.50 for a furnace and air conditioning system. And then if you have multiple systems, it's a little bit more. But
so wait, does that include? So you're going to each year, I assume you're going to come out. How does
only
it work?
if you need it? Go ahead. He's going to tell us.
If you have a backup or a clog that you cannot clear, we will come out at no charge.
No, that's unbelievable. But going back to the $16 on the AC and furnace, what does that mean?
What does it include?
So the $16.50 is the small monthly fee, but it's for that $16.50 a month. You get annual service on your furnace and air conditioning system. We'll come out, do a complete inspection, make sure everything's operating the way it's supposed to, do a tune-up on it, and then you get priority service. You get discounts on services. You never pay a trip charge.
God, it's like cheap insurance. $16 a month. I hate to sound like those commercials, but that's less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks.
It is, and it's not a warranty program, so we're not going to come out and fix stuff for free. But all the benefits more than pay for themselves. Even, like I said, we waive the trip charge, and that kitchen sink, if it gets clogged again to where you can't clear it yourself, give us a call and we'll come out and clear it for free. It's now it's not, we're not going to come out and clear every drain in your house for no charge. This is for backups and clogs that are backing up.
Do you know what? You're not going to believe this. Do you know what the average people pay? And it's a big range at Starbucks for a month of coffees. I mean, it's anywhere
a month. I'm going to guess $250.
Yeah, it's between $150 and $250. Think about that. And yet they question these kinds of services, which is remarkable. And speaking of monthly services, by the way, I don't know why I segued into this, but it really was enlightening for me. I got that Rocket.com, this Rocket app, which monitors all the credit accounts I have. I put in there, and it tells me recurring charges. And it has caught things that I never signed up for. Monthly recurring fees that I've been able to, it's paid for itself, which is crazy when I say paid for itself, because what do you think Rocket charges? Just take a guess. A month.
Whatever you want to pay.
Mark, exactly, Mark. I can't even believe it. When you sign up, I thought they were joking. How much would you like to pay?
Really?
And I put down $6 a month. $6. I don't know. Could I have said $1? I swear to God I did.
Well, let's go the other way. If someone said $100, would they flag it and not charge you $100?
I don't know. I've never seen a service like that in my life where it asks you, what do you think is fair to pay a month? Now, it saved me so much money so far. But I get renewals and I get stuff I never order. I get pissed off. Now, here's one thing that really bothers me about the Capital One card. Most of my stuff goes on the business card. I thought credit cards, correct me if I'm wrong, I thought credit cards had a couple purposes. First, if it's fraud, you're protected. But I also thought that if you had a question of quality, you had a car repair, or you had some other repair, or a product that didn't live up to its expectations, I heard you can contest the charge on your credit card, right?
I've heard that too.
For quality, not just for fraud, but for claims and quality. Mark, have you heard that, right? For credit cards? Although I've never, and the reason I ask is because every time I call Capital One about that, not about fraud, but about quality. Wait a minute. I ordered this flashlight and they said it was this, and it's not. It's clearly not the lumens, and they refuse to give my money back. Or they won't even talk to me, or there's no place to get in touch with them. Do you know what Cap One wants to do right away? Send you a new card. Every single time. You can't contest the charge without getting a new card. And I don't want to get a new card every time. I don't understand how Capital One does that. It's not fraud. It's a question of quality. Why is it that I have to get a new card?
That's interesting.
Well, it's not their place to go there. That's not part of having a credit card.
It actually is, or it used to be.
Well, I think there are some specific cards that offer that as a service.
It used to be all. That's why some of these services, Mark, would say they won't accept credit cards.
Well, if I was a merchant back in the day, which I was and am now, and all of a sudden someone can go, oh, well, I didn't like the commercial he did for me at 12:15.
But no, Mark, I don't know about that, but they could actually contest charges based on two things. One was fraud, and the other was quality. I don't know. I I really believe that, and I don't think I made that
Bob,
up.
you guys, I can only imagine how much you guys do a year in credit cards. Can you imagine if someone just called up their company, their MasterCard, Visa, Capital One, and said, well, he said the BTUs in this furnace were X, and I don't think they are. I want my money back. And bam, they swipe it from your account. You couldn't be in business.
No, but I have heard that there's whether it's a specific bank or whatever, I have heard that there are credit card companies that'll do that for you on your behalf.
Yeah,
Tom, I could understand, like, if I ordered a diamond and a cubic zirconia or whatever they're called showed up instead. But I mean, if you're just arguing something like over, I don't know.
Now,
like
Mark,
dinner.
I'm going to say this. I, honest to God, don't have any knowledge that you can do that. I've just heard that you can do that. I've never actually done it because every time I call Capital One, they just say they'll send me a new card. So I don't know. But I swear to God, somewhere I heard. So I just put it through AI. Can you dispute a credit card charge for bad quality or misrepresentation? Yes. Sometimes it says there's a big difference between buyer's remorse and a legitimate billing dispute. If you say I'm not satisfied with the quality, you may have to dispute it if it was defective or significantly different than advertised or damaged or missing parts. Okay. Or the warranty is not honored. You usually do not have a dispute if you simply don't like it. It fits poorly, but was described correctly. The store has a no return policy. You cannot dispute it. Or it met the description, but didn't meet your expectations. So you see, Mark, that's really a big gray area, no matter what side you're on. Most of the time, it's for billing errors. Disputes are for billing errors, fraud, failure to deliver, non-performance, or misrepresentation. It's the misrepresentation that is the big gray area. So you can dispute it, but anyway, I'm going to try it after this because I am so tired of some of the crap, and it's my fault. I fall for this. I play games. You know, I keep my mind sharp. I love mind games. I do. Did you ever see the one where they give you two photos and you have to pick out what's inconsistent? Yes. Oh my God, they're wonderful. And then I do one with crosswords, and I do all kinds of ones. I do the ones where you have to stack things of the same color on different pegs, right? Okay. Commercials play before you play the game, right? And you have to watch it, or they play if you want to have like a special something or other. Whenever those commercials play, I have been a sucker for some of those, and I've ordered them. There was one where they had a flashlight, and this person walks into the forest, and I swear to God, it lights up the whole forest. I mean, and they're standing there with this flashlight. Or they walk into a warehouse, and it's the whole giant warehouse. Or then they make it like focused, and they wave it in the sky like a searchlight. It looks like one of these big, giant rescue searchlights. Okay, I ordered it. I swear to God, Bob, they were like the size of AAA batteries. It was one of those little tiny flashlights, not one you can hold in your hand. It was a little tiny flashlight, and it hardly lit up a room. I'm so pissed off, but there's no merchant to complain to because they send it to you in an unmarked bag, and you have no one to complain to. So I want to go on and contest that charge. But Cap One says, well, then that's fraud. And I said, no, it's not fraud. I got the product. I just don't like it. Anyway, God, I'm glad we have this show because if nothing else, I can bitch about anything.
Was it? Is all the
got a break?
Is all the frustration worth the $9?
It wasn't $9. They're $16 each, and I bought two of them. It sucks. We got more coming
They sell
up.
that little mini fan that plugs into a light socket, and on TV when they were selling it, they make it look like it's 2 or 3 feet in circumference, and the damn thing is no bigger than like 6 inches, man.
I know it. That's what I'm talking about. More right after this. I'm telling you,
Absolute
Bob,
best prices on
I am
bathroom
such a
remodels
sucker.
and walk-in
What about the
showers?
one
Go
that
to
says a realistic puppy
discountbath.com.
robot?
Get
They
rid of
show
that
a
old
real,
ugly
they
tub,
show a fucking
convert it to
video
a
of a real
beautiful
puppy.
walk-in shower, just $98.
You know it's a lie.
Custom designed for your preferences, lifetime warranty.
Oh my
no
God, I get
maintenance,
pissed
and
off.
Get the best price on your whole bathroom
What do they call it?
remodel
Deceptive
by email
advertising.
using your
Yeah.
smartphone cam. Go to
You should be able to
discountbath.com
contest
for
deceptive
details.
advertising.
That's discountbath.com.
Because I agree
or
with you.
720-979-2322.
Okay, let me tell you about CMG Financial, but more importantly, the big dog down there, John Clace. This guy knows so much about reverse mortgages, lines of credit, and anything else you can imagine when it comes to home loans. What I love about him, and let me
Capital
tell
One
you, like
pisses
most
me
people
off.
I talk
This
about,
totally
I use him. In
pisses me
fact, my
off.
son just
Totally.
used John as well.
You know, I've
He
got
went
Capital
from
One, but I never
application
use
to
it. I always use
closing
my Chase
on his
card.
first house
Chase
in
has always been really
28
good.
days. Application
When you
to
say always
closing.
been really
They're
good, what does
fast.
that
I'll tell
actually
you why they're
I
fast.
just I
They're
don't have any
direct lenders,
complaints
the
about it.
underwriters. Everybody's in the same building, the same organization. You want
Why the hell
best
can't you
deal
get
out
through to
there.
Capital
They
One
have
anymore?
Wonderful rates. They
It's
have
like you
low
can't get through to
fees.
their
You call up
website.
John. You call him right now directly. 303-577-7206.
Give me your username and password. I'll see if I can try it.
303-577-7206 or partnerinlending.com.
I'm going to see if it is that. I mean,
We can talk about it a little more, but
hey, Mark,
yeah, I
Yeah,
thought
I'm
that
on.
do
president-
you have a Cap One online access, right?
Yes, of course.
You ought to. Would you see if the website's down, or is it just me? Because it won't let me in. I'm just curious, more than just not doing anything, but just see if you can log in.
Okay.
Or are you too busy? That's okay.
No, I can do it on
You
my
had
phone in 10
you had
seconds. I
something
use the
I
app.
think you should maybe come on the air and maybe talk to Mark and maybe email you a cheat sheet about how to take him to small claims court.
Now, it's not the website, it's the app, and I'm in instantly. Everything looks
All right,
normal.
well, you can call in today, or I'm going to.
I
be
wonder
here
why
Tuesday,
mine.
but yeah, I think that's.
Mine will
Does
not let
Suzanne
me in
log
here.
I don't know.
I'm going to see if the app
I
will.
think we should have you back on the air so we can kind of expose
I'll
them
see.
a little more.
Oh, well, I know the app will if you said it will. That's so. I wonder why the website will not let me in.
But you can get in through the app?
Yep.
Well, then
Let's
you
call
might be
in
fine.
Wednesday, and then I'll send.
Maybe
if
their
you can, I'll
website
try
is
to
down.
text
I
you,
just
but when
never
you call
use it.
in,
Yeah.
Kelly will ask you when you called in, and I'll try to text it to you. But you called in on 129 at 12:30. That's how Tom looks up the call.
Yep. The web.
All right.
The fucking app
Yeah,
is working
I'm sorry,
perfectly.
man. That pisses me off. All right. All right. Thanks. Bye.
I just don't understand it. Yep.
I don't want to be conspiratorial, but I'm finding that's happening more and more. It's like the websites suck, but the apps are working. I had that problem with Wells Fargo this
Original call
weekend.
came in on January 28th
Who else?
at 12:30.
Somebody else was like, I tried to update the app and it wouldn't let me do it on the website. It's like, what? How? Fuck. There are worse problems, but that's a big one.
I hate apps. I like being on a computer. I'm just an old-fashioned person.
Yeah, I prefer it, but I use my apps all the time just because.
I just can't, I hate it.
Just because I'm typically not around a desk.
What I don't like is I'm heading to a fast food joint, gonna order me a something or another, and I have to log back in. I have, of course, forgotten my password to Long John Silver's app, and now I gotta come. I mean, come on! I'm trying to get some damn fish here.
I'm with you on that. It's
I mean, how?
why is everything?
Register your
why does it have to be
fingerprint.
so
I'm like,
secure to order a fast food meal?
I'm not gonna register my fingerprint at Dutch Brothers. Holy crap! It's bad enough what we've agreed to in all of those pages of whatever, releases, disclosure.
Oh my God. See, it says internet purchase, but it doesn't say what it is. Yep, that's what it is. I'm going to start disputing those.
So something's being purchased, but you don't know what it is?
Right. Never heard of it.
Now, you're not falling for the scam where they get a hold of you and say, your $700 iPhone is on its way. Click here to confirm. Oh, click here to refuse or whatever. No. I even believe the thing where if a scammer calls you, don't use the word yes.
That's right. Or
I've
don't
also
say
had-
you like sucking off of people.
You know, I don't mind leaving that to you.
I love sucking off people. I love it. Such an asshole.
I'm not an asshole. Well,
you heard that?
He's creative. He's creative.
Well, you know, the one way to make it stop is suck me off. No, stand by.
.com.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. What's on your mind today? How can we help you? Well, really, there's so many things that are pissing me off. But anyway, I should say this. This week is a scan week. Do you know what that means, Bob? I'm a little. That's why I'm a little on edge. I think. Yeah, it's a scan week, and I have what's called scanxiety. As you know, I've been through that bout with pancreatic cancer, the deadliest form of cancer, and the most aggressive. And they say that I am basically cured. I mean, so far I am. Chemo and surgery and radiation got it all. And the main reason is because it never metastasized, which is only about 3% of the cases of pancreatic cancer. That's why it's so deadly, because most of the time when you are diagnosed, it's already kind of late. Okay. In my case, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying, thank God it was isolated and never spread. In fact, Mark and Suzanne were the second and third person to find out. Mark and Suzanne. Stephanie was first, obviously. And so here's the deal. Even though they got it all, and then the follow-up radiation and all that, they now say, obviously when you had this cancer in you, there's a possibility always that something got away. So you got to be scanned. And I have to be scanned every 3 months. And they said it's very important. I said, "What are you kidding me? Like I said, I'll have a parking space rented there. I'll never miss a scan. But every time I get close to one, I get antsy." And I asked Mark. Mark the other time said, because what they do is you get the scan, and then they put the results up like a few hours later on the portal. You no longer have to wait for a doctor to get results, right? And the last thing I wanted to do was to go on there before I see a doctor, because a doctor can explain stuff to you and say, well, yeah, they saw a spot, but it's not really this or that. So that's the peril of the new system. The new system being they allow you to see things at the same time the doctor does. So my scan is one day, but the doctor's appointment is a few days later. So you have that little lag time if something did show up where you're thinking, oh my God. So anyway, that's what I'm facing. The scan's going to be, Mark, on Wednesday, by the way. I don't have to take off. I'm just telling him. It's going to be on Wednesday. So I have what I call scanxiety. I mean, it's really a weird expression, but somebody told it to me at one of these walks for the cure. Anyway, Steve, you have a CenturyLink issue. What the heck is going on, Steve?
Hi, Tom. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. What is going on with you?
long time listener. I've
Thank
been
you.
listening, I think, since I've been in Colorado, but that's since I've been out of the service.
How long
way
has that
back
been,
when, but-
Steve? Steve, how long has that been?
Well, I got out in 70, early
Whoa.
70s.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Was you on the air
Nope,
then, or was
80.
you still doing TV?
80 and 80.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
whenever you came on the radio, that's how
Wow,
long I've
that's
been
pretty
listening,
cool. So what's going on with you?
Hey, Tom, I just got off the phone with CenturyLink, and this has been ongoing every single month. It's just taken. I was on hold for 45 minutes, and finally somebody came on. I sent my payment out for March, which it was due March 2nd. I sent it out February 13th. This is 17 days now, and it still hasn't been processed.
What?
Why does that matter, out of curiosity?
Yeah, that is a good question, Mark.
Do what?
Why does that even matter? Maybe, I mean, even if they're literally sitting on the check, why does it matter? Are they threatening to cut you off? Are they saying they never
No.
received it?
They said it's not in their system. It has, and I've already known this before I even called them because I got the app. I go online to look, and if it doesn't, there's no grace period with CenturyLink, and if you don't make that payment, which is due today, they charge you an $18 late fee.
Wait a minute, I don't
actually send in a
understand it.
check?
Yeah, I don't. Why don't you pay online? I'm just curious.
Well, that's a good question, and and maybe I'm thinking differently. If it's this hard to get a payment processed, if I decided I want to cut service with them, they would still be probably taking money out of my account, and it would be another night.
I mean, I guess that could happen, but listen,
yeah,
Steve, if you can't prove you sent the payment and it's not in their system, well, then you didn't send the payment. That's the problem with sending a check.
Well,
I mean, how do you know the check even got there? Maybe it didn't.
Tom, last month it took 23 days for it to get processed, and I mailed that out on the 17th.
And that's, you know what? And so were you charged a late charge?
I was. I had to argue with them. I had to threaten.
But Steve, so then I have an idea. I have an idea. If you want to do it by mail, then you may have to go a month ahead of time. I mean, that's just, they're not required to be speedy. Okay. I'm just going to tell you, they're not required to be speedy. Now, they can't purposely hold up your damn payment in order to charge you late charges. Now, years and years and years ago, I took on New York Guardian Mortgage Corporation. In fact, they were shut down after an investigation, one of which I prompted with some of my investigation. They were taking payments by P.O. box and sitting in the P.O. box for weeks. So then they would get people's mortgage and they would then process it with a late fee. And then the late fees would accumulate and they would foreclose. I swear to God, it was a scam. Now, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but I do know that it was bad enough that the government shut them down. They were shut down as a mortgage service company. It was called the New York Guardian Mortgage Corporation. And I don't think CenturyLink is doing that. I think it's a sign of the times. Right now, most everyone will either pay by app or online or electronically or direct. And therefore, things that come through the mail are probably given last priority. And if it takes 27 days, that's what it takes. You can't make them do it faster. You don't have any right to claim, I mailed it on this date, you should have gotten it. I don't think you have any special right. So I think that you're going to have to adapt to today's lifestyles. You're going to have to either send it a month ahead of time or you're going to have to do it online. I mean, I think your fear that after you cancel, they're going to keep collecting. Nah, that's it. That could happen. That's why this is what I say. If you initiate the payment, then the chances of that are nil if you initiate the payment with an online portal. The only time you have to worry about automatic payments is when they initiate an automatic payment. But nowadays, they don't do that anymore. Most everyone does the initiation with their online portal. So you get an online presence with CenturyLink, go sign up for automatic withdrawals, and then just make your payments or go on monthly and make the payment electronically or digitally. It's really not electronic anymore, but make your payment digitally. That's my solution for you, Steve. And I know you were probably looking for a better answer, but I can't give you one.
We have an angel over there, too. We could always reach out, Suzanne can, just to ask him, hey, look, this guy's sending the check in, 17 days before it's due, and apparently you don't get it. What's going on here?
Yeah, we could do that. We could do that and see what happens. That's a good idea. Who has the person over there, Suze?
Yeah, Suze has a person.
Okay, let's have Suze do that then, Mark. Let's ask her to just inquire about Steve and see what we can find out.
So all I need, Steve, you can email, right?
Yeah.
Can you email us at help@troubleshooter.com just a copy of your bill? That'll have the account information and everything, and then we'll reach out on your behalf and get an answer.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
yeah.
On that one, I don't do statements anymore because they want to charge you $2 for that.
Yeah, you can
so
go online and basically look online, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, do that. And then just, download it, send it over, or just send us your account information, your first, last name, your address, and send it to help@troubleshooter.com.
Thank you, Mark. Okay, so you want a beautiful walk-in shower porcelain? Listen to this. Sheet porcelain from Italy, made from pure 100% porcelain, no maintenance at all. This shower is the most beautiful walk-in shower. RenewHomeInnovations.com. They get it done in 2 or 3 days. They can do your entire bathroom or just the walk-in shower. RenewHomeInnovations.com. The best prices and the best materials, bar none. The guaranteed lowest price. That's right. 303-904-2000.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station. Ryan Schuling, mornings at 6. Dan Kaplis, afternoons at 4. This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW. Now, impact traffic.
All right, doing pretty well on the highways here in town. We're not seeing anything unusual. 270's been running a little hot and cold there out of Commerce City with some ongoing construction, but minimal delays at this point. Few accidents, one at Bellevue and Franklin. They've got all the westbound lanes of Bellevue actually blocked there as they divert traffic. An accident out of Inglewood, eastbound Hampton at Inca, and one down in the Tech Center, Bellevue at DTC Boulevard. Looks like rock scaling is stopped for now. I-70 is open. They have been closing it there at the bottom of Floyd Hill. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by Brad vs. Everyone podcast.
Dangerous social media trends, media scandals, dumb TikTok boycotts, and more. Keep up with all the online stories mainstream media ignores by listening to the Brad vs. Everyone podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'll never forget that beautiful building Mark had done for his RV. And I said, Mark, where'd you get that? He said, from the factory. And I said, yeah, right. Because most all steel salespeople say they're from the factory, and most of them aren't. But Mark did find a genuine factory representative because it was with GreatWesternBuildings.com. Oh my God, what a beautiful building. And they can do a building for you, whether it's a warehouse, a garage, a riding arena, an airplane hangar. I love just talking about anything you want, they can do. And it's 100% American steel. Yes, it is. And it's guaranteed for life. The finish is guaranteed for 40 years. And the factory is right here in Colorado, serving all 50 states. You don't have to go anywhere else. Go to GreatWesternBuildings.com.
Thank you.
Garage, but the garage is my...
He stepped out of the room. You know what? I was wrong. You did have it become the banker. Can you do a 30 in 50?
See concrete coatings and their transformation.
I walk over to my neighbor's house and I was like, hey, I just cannot find like a flooring company that I just feel good about. And she was like, our neighbor, a good neighbor, he's been in that business for a long time.
By the way, speaking of Roku, whatever the hell you say it, do you have one, Mark?
I use Fire Stick.
Okay, because on Roku, 25 away, there is a Punch the Monkey in the screensaver for Roku.
That's so crazy.
Holding the damn...
Tell me that's not the best story.
Oh, fantastic.
I said it the other day, if you can watch that and not give a shit, you're a sociopath.
Complete.
That would be a great test.
Here you go. 2, 1.
Out of this world.
Hey, retirement can be scary. You're used to getting a paycheck, twice a month, once a month, whatever it is. I want you to call up my friends at mymoneymyway.com and talk about a guaranteed retirement. It's an annuity product, and they have over 30 different ones, and one of them is right for you if you want guaranteed income where you can never lose a dime, just growth throughout your retirement. Give Joe and Jordan a call. You're going to love it. Do a Zoom meeting with them. I did one with them yesterday and got so much valuable information. Go to mymoneymyway.com. Their phone number's right there, or you can email them mymoneymyway.com.
Man, I am.
Thank you.
Doc. Okay. Use this temporary.
Saw some guy say, everybody always thinks it's kind of cool when I tell them I'm a mail carrier, but if I say I'm a mail escort, they freak out. Never thought of that, mail escort. That's funny. I'm escorting the mail to your house.
This is the worst damn browser ever.
Don't start legitimizing the complaints, Mark. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh my God. Reset.
Bad breath is a confidence killer. You can have the best outfit, the sharpest resume, the funniest jokes. If your breath smells like the food you just ate, that's all people remember.
I have no idea what Doc's doing.
Often comes from your gut, and most regular gums and mints just cover it up. Spray perfume on dirty laundry. It doesn't solve the problem.
Hey, Doc, it says, I got an email that says reset your PIN. I don't see a temporary PIN number, though. So ask them what I'm supposed to do. Are they still on, or are you just doing it? And what email is it using? Do you know? All right, let me hit reset, and let me see if I can log in. Hold on, just hang with me here. Okay, hold on, we're getting somewhere. Now, you got to change that email, man. Maybe I can do it right from here. Hold on. It's making me kind of log in, which is fine.
What's his email? Netscape?
What do you want to use for the email?
Mark, are you talking to me?
No.
Okay, thanks.
The second oldest guy, Doc. He's asking him his email for something. CompuServe. Wow.
Hey, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-8255. So we are really talking about your aches and pains. And, you know, the thing that Steve is not alone. You know, I got a couple texts after his call saying, you know, Tom, why are we being forced to go online for everything in general? In general, why is it that hospitals, doctors, you were just talking about your doctor and the online portal, and your credit cards have an online portal, your travel, your airlines have online portals. Where is that customer service? Where is that personal touch? And I, by the way, believe there should be a mixture. Here, let me put it to you this way. I want online direct portals when I want them. That's all. And when I have a question, I'd rather be able to call and talk to somebody, not to belabor it, but I was recently shopping for some technology stuff for my Wave 8 wealth management. I was looking for they're called API feeds, where you get information about the market, right? And you build them into your software. That's why they call it an API feed. It's done directly. And I look up these technology companies because I want to talk to them. Not one of them had a phone number. Not one. Not one of them has a phone number. You have to go to their you can't even email freehand. You have to go to their contact form. And the contact form limits everything, like the number of characters and all that. So listen to this, Bob. Then they get back to you, right? And when they get back to you, this is the other thing that's maddening. So I email them, tell them what I'm looking for. They email me back. A representative then emails me back and says, Mr. Martino, we got your email. We'd be happy to discuss this with you on a Zoom call. Please book here. So then you hit a link to their calendar. That's another thing. How arrogant is that? You have to go on their calendar and find a spot where they can accommodate you. It just feels so impersonal. So you go on their calendar and it says, you pick a day, and then there's I don't know, maybe people think that's good and that's a convenience. Have you ever hit those links for people to book an appointment?
I have, and
aren't they a pain in the ass?
They are a pain, and I agree with you. It's a little bit arrogant.
Yeah,
I love.
You can squeeze yourself in. Can you imagine a dating app? Somebody responds to you, and you book a date with me.
Yeah,
that's what it
see
feels
if I
like.
can squeeze it in your calendar.
No, I don't know. It just feels weird. So I did it, by the way, and right after I did that, I got sent a link for Zoom, and it actually went pretty well. But I just wasn't used to that. I just wanted to ask a stupid. So here's what happened. And this is why I tell people they're wasting sometimes more of their time than if they let me call. Because what I wanted, they didn't offer. They could have discerned that in a 30-second to 1-minute phone call.
Right.
But instead, I filled out a form. They send me an email with a Calendly. They call it, I think, Calendly. I go to the Calendly and book an appointment. They block out 1/2 hour. So now I show up for the Zoom for 1/2 hour of their time. And in the first minute of that Zoom, they conclude they can't help me because of what I wanted. Therefore, they have 29 minutes that they have blocked out of their day that they can't use.
That's incredible.
So think about it.
Very inefficient.
See, now if they allowed me even to ask a question by email, but they don't. You have to book an appointment, block out a minimum of 30 minutes. Some are more, but the minimum is 30. And then on that minimum of 30 Zoom, you tell them what you want in the first few minutes, and they say, we're sorry, we can't accommodate you. And thank you for letting us know so we didn't have to waste the whole Zoom call. And I said, out of curiosity, are you going to hop on another Zoom? They said, no, we have this blocked out. And I said, why don't you accept a couple phone calls? You would have found this out in 1 minute. Because, and this is what he said, most people don't have a succinct question, and it takes up a lot of our people's time. So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is.
Crazy.
But we are, in general, as a society, becoming way more impersonal, don't you believe?
I wonder what the longest time someone has kept a customer representative on for. I know you guys track that stuff at Plumline. Have you ever had someone call up with a question and were literally on for over an hour?
Oh, no way. Not 10 minutes.
You probably train people how to get off, right?
Not even 10 minutes. It's well, we always say that the customer you were talking to right now is the most important customer of the day. So take whatever time you need.
Yeah, but you don't want to.
Questions. But yes, you do need to be efficient in what you do, and there's other people waiting. I love technology, and you and I have talked about.
I love it too.
a lot of people say, Bob, the good thing about your industry is AI is not going to replace plumbers or electricians or heating. I disagree. There will come a time when a robot can come to your house and do the work that we do. But here's the thing that they'll never have: that personal touch, the emotions and the feelings.
All right, so we got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Thank you.
Now, impact traffic.
Several issues on the south end of town for drivers. Bellevue Avenue westbound closed between University and South.
Does Mark want to do Denver Regen or not? I don't care, actually. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, he'll do it.
Okay, thanks.
As well as north and south street traffic.
Do you want to just do Joe for 15 and he'll do Sheridan and Regen?
No, I can do Sheridan. I love Kevin. Yeah. I mean, I love Denver Regen too, but I thought Mark, he has personal stuff.
He's most recently had a needle in his body. You got it.
Media trends, media scandals, dumb TikTok boycotts, and more. Keep up with all the online stories mainstream media ignores by listening to the Brad vs. Everyone podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Joe Lazzara is a criminal defense attorney that will talk to you up front and give you free legal advice. No questions asked. And then if you want to hire him, it's a flat rate for the entire case. You're never surprised. It's a great way of doing business. Call him now or call him when you have a problem. 303-429-6200. Hey, if you have a problem with your car, Sheridan Auto Tech is a great place. I love Uncle Kevin. I call him the owner, Kevin Calkin, and his team. They treat you like family, hence the name Uncle Kevin. Listen, they have a well-lit, beautiful facility on Colfax, west of Wadsworth. And I'll tell you what a beautiful place, and many bays of experienced techs. And they charge you a fraction of what a dealer would charge you. Plus, they do electrical issues. They do regular maintenance and repairs and heavy repairs. 303-455-7242, 455-7242. SheridanAutotech.com.
DenverRegen.com. I love these. They help me lose a ton of weight.
He walked on me.
DenverRegen.com. They also do testosterone therapy. They do stem cell therapy. They even have a stem cell therapy for hair treatment, which is amazing. If you want to lose weight, though, like I did, I want you to reach out to them. They have the best pricing out there when it comes to GLP-1s. You're going to love it. It includes the doctor's visits, the medication. It includes everything. Go to DenverRegen.com. That's DenverRegen.com.
Very nice.
Did I walk on him?
Just a hair. Well, he's over there asking Bob just the most inappropriate questions.
You probably train people how to get off. Oh, God almighty, do you pick out everything? He picks out everything I say. When you string them all together, what do you have? Seriously.
Just the
rated
greatest
X movie.
No, I know it. It's a triple X.
It's an X-rated Gettysburg Address. It's unbelievable.
Train
you
people
have no
to get
idea. We're not going to let you hear it till the product is finished.
You train people.
And major radio is going to run it every commercial.
I'm not blaming Mark, but when he goes, "Oh, you got to grab that,"
I did not say that.
There's a hint. There is a hint of that, because otherwise I would just sit here and eat my top ramen.
Yeah. Now, Tom, you've worked with him, going all the way back to the days when he threw a card at you.
Right.
Yeah, I did.
You should have picked it up and threw it right back at him.
No, he tried to throw David Barenfeld at me.
No, I threw a typewriter. No, it wasn't at you. It was a Scott Hazard.
It was at somebody else.
Well, you remember we'd be standing there and like him and David Blake would get into wrestling matches in the hallway right next to us.
God, I haven't heard that name forever.
Oh.
You know, David Blake is a reason I met you, actually, Martino.
Really? Because of Aspen?
Aspen way the fuck back in the day. Original Aspen.
Yeah.
Like 93, 94.
Yeah. Wow.
I think David Blake's the only person not a doctor to have directly touched my anus.
Huh.
Nice. Yeah. Well, it was through pants, but I'm bent over out here in the newsroom and doink! My God, dude! How is that even a thing, you weirdo?
I talked to David not long ago.
Yeah, I hope he's okay.
Yeah, he's stabilized a bit. He doesn't have what they thought he had.
MS.
right?
Oh, no, I didn't know.
No, I think they misdiagnosed him. He has something, but I don't know if it's that.
Okay.
And it's not ALS, thank God.
No.
Yeah, that's
oh God,
not a good one.
Oh my God, is that scary? Holy shit.
Every time I drop something, I wonder if it's time.
That is, I mean, seriously, that disease is so relentless. I just wish they would have to keep on this research and research and research. I mean, cancer is still with us. Think about it. And ALS and MS and God.
Hey, did you hear that commercial?
Yeah, I hear it. Singing.
Plumb line,
the name you can trust. Plumb line,
you can rely on us.
Service at home, service at
heart.
Plumb line services.
You probably train people how to get off.
Oh, that one's not even good. Show them the good one.
All right.
This one is the best.
It's a good one.
It's the best.
Which one? I love sucking off people. I love it.
Well, Tom, all right.
Oh, God,
You
Dragon.
learn something, even when you think you know something.
Dragon, they're abusing us.
You're a giver, Tom, and a taker, apparently.
I'm shocked he trains people.
It's been a hell of a thing.
I thought I misunderstood what I was saying.
That one was the best. That one, there was no editing.
There was no edit in that one, yeah.
I misunderstood what I was saying.
Big old.
Best quote ever, Martino.
I was going about the big old dick. Oh, coming back.
I forgot about that one.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show, 303-713-8255. Okay, so we have Bob Logan with us from Plumline Services. God, we've been covering such a host of topics, and we welcome your calls, of course, your texts, your emails. And I do have a couple texts here I got to get to. Doggone it, let me find them. And they're here. And I will get to them and have them offer for you at the start of the next hour. There are so many important things happening when it comes to the new emission standards and when it comes to your home, your water heaters, all of that. And we have an expert to talk about it. Plus, anything on your mind, give us a call, 303-713-8255. Any problem, question, or complaint.
Here at the Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you. Hold on.
Thank you very much.
Shit, I wanted to get these things for you, and I was having such a hard time finding them.
I'm just having Doc reset. This is crazy.
Crazy.
Doc, I'm calling you.
You calling man-free?
Hey, Doc, just go listen. It's going to be way easier. Go to, can you hear me? Yeah, go onto the TV, go to settings, then go to system, then go to advanced, and then hit factory reset. And it'll factory reset, and then you can log in with a new account or yours. All right. So yeah, settings, system, advanced, factory reset. Bye. I didn't even think of that. He's probably watching HBO and whatever the fuck. No, I don't know what I use on that anymore. Probably nothing.
I get it.
What is that green thing?
Which one? Oh, a little power bank. It runs off of these Robies.
Oh, you can charge anything.
Oh my God.
How many? What is it called? 500? 50? I mean, it looks like it's got.
And it depends how much battery you stick on it. I can put it
8-watt. You know, these are what?
How long would that last on your phone?
Well, I could. Well, no. I could probably recharge the phone from 0 twice with a big battery.
Got it.
Whereas, like the solar I have in the van, easily 100 times from 0.
The battery.
Yeah, oh my God, it's huge. It runs my.
Cut that and clip that. Oh my God, it's huge.
It's huge.
Well, shit, I got a photo I can show you.
I prefer not.
You always say, be careful what you put online. I'm like, nah, I'm okay. I stand behind that.
You know.
Yeah, so there's one rejoin.
Hey, Tom, can I talk to Logan?
What's up, Bo?
So I'm curious,
This is weird. What's
Carrier
going on
West
here?
stockpile a lot of 80%ers for you guys?
You mean the before the low knocks?
The low, yeah.
Yeah, I think all distributors. I think the manufacturers increased their production and they shipped quite a bit before January 1.
Do you have a lot in stock? Or do you just go out and pick them up?
We do have some, yeah. I mean, Low Miller has a pretty good inventory, but my guess is they'll be running out sometime this month. I mean, there's only so much they can store.
You know, Bob, I went to a class at Johnstone on that at low NOx. They had someone from the damn class was 4 hours long.
Is that right? Why'd you go?
On Earth, you know, because we get some calls on the show, and I've got like 7 or 8 rentals, so eventually my furnace is going to need to be replaced. But, you know, I'm really concerned about this burner. It's like a screen burner. It's not actually a flame. It's kind of like an infrared burner, and the guy that taught the class said they're going to have trouble with those attic installation and crawl space installations because they'll get dust.
Right.
And the flame can't burn it off. It just kind of gets embedded, and it's like the burner's like a beehive, like a honeycomb. So
Yeah, it'll be interesting. It's like anything else. They create these regulations, but they don't think about the repercussions.
And did you know this? If you have an LP situation,
I told him he better be cool, man.
They don't have one. They'll give you the state will give you an exemption
tomorrow.
card to go in with a standard 80. They don't have a low NOx for LP application.
It will be nothing but pleases and thank yous from now
That's
on.
interesting. I didn't know that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I asked him why, and he said he didn't know.
Yeah, I know my
it was the
my
beat.
VP of HVAC operations and my install managers and service managers all went to that class. So
They did?
Yeah, they're all.
I bet-
Well, I don't know if I don't think they went to the one at Johnstone. I think Low Miller held a class. But
Yeah.
but yeah, they all got up to speed on it. I know a little bit about it, but
I'm worried about it, Bob. I think you're going to have trouble with them.
well,
But
What are
they're going to be the guinea pigs.
wouldn't surprise me. I got all my systems put in last year, so I'm good.
Right. But if you have a 90%er, it's all the standard in-shop burner. They're just picking on the 80%ers from what I get. So there might be more of a market to sell 90% because you know they're pretty reliable now.
Yeah, and we do probably, I would say 55% of everything we sell is sealed combustion.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
10 on Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Ripped up.
Turn your speakers down.
Bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. We are here with PlumlineServices.com, plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. We're also here to help you and discuss anything near to your heart and pocketbook. Okay, so Bob Logan, Plumline Services, I've been hinting around that when you're a guest, I'm going to lean on you for specials. And, I want to know what you can offer our listeners right now from Plumline in any division. What do you have to offer them? I would love to know, sir.
So I'm going to do something pretty special, Tom, because right now, as you know, March and April, we're in what we call a shoulder season where things slow down anyway.
Yeah, big shoulder season. I mean, you've had the mildest winter in years, right?
Well, in addition to that, I mean, even in a normal winter year, March and April start to slow down a little bit because we start to transition to seasons. And that's typically when manufacturers and dealers will offer.
By the way, before you go on, how have you kept busy? Seriously, have you had the demand? Did you compare it to last year?
Because of our VIPs, we
are you up over year after year, even with this season the way it was? Like during those warm months where you?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
really?
We continue to grow. Yes.
Really, even without that extra cold weather, you were able to increase over last winter.
Yes.
Well, okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I should hire you. Okay, go ahead. So what are you going to offer?
So what I'm going to do. So if you go to our website, it has all the specials on there and everything that we got going on right now. There's also coupons. I guess they call them coupons, where like you get $60 off a plumbing repair, or $250.
And this is for anyone, not just VIPs.
Right.
You go to plumlineservices.com.
Right. And go to the current offers. All right, and then so they might have like $250 off or $500 off, say an excavation job or sewer line replacement. Yeah. So what I'm going to do for Tom Martino listeners is any of those coupons that have a dollar amount, like the 60 off, the 250 off, or the 500 off, anything that has a dollar amount, I will double for the month of March.
Wow.
I will double it. So print out the coupon, write Tom Martino listener on the coupon.
Okay.
And we will double the amount of that coupon.
And so I'm on plumlineservices.com.
Upper right. It says current offers.
Current offers. Click that. And I'm looking down here and I see things like, I see like get up to 9,000 in credits and rebates on a new heat pump.
Right.
So what do you?
There's the buy the air conditioner, get the furnace free right
15% now. 15% off. So that'll be 30.
Well, so there's dollar amounts.
Dollar amount that you'll double.
Right. So if you go down, some of them are
$500 off.
What is that one? An electrical panel?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So an electrical panel, instead of 500 for your listeners, I'll do 1,000.
Holy crap. 200 off an EV vehicle charger installation. You'll do 400 off.
400 off.
Wow.
$50 off a repair. I'll do 120 off.
All right. So you can double the coupons.
Yeah, anything that has a dollar amount, I'll double.
Anything that has a dollar, not a percentage, but a dollar amount.
Yeah, the other ones with the percentages or the buy the air conditioner, get the furnace for free. There's
nothing you can do on that one, right?
Yeah, right. And that's a
so $500 off. There's $500 off. So anytime there's a money amount off, double the amount off. So $500 off a sewer line repair or replacement, it will then be $1,000 off.
Correct.
Holy crap.
And I'll do that through the month of March.
Mark, that's pretty cool, isn't it? They're going to double those coupons at plumlineservices.com. Then in the top right corner, you hit current offers. Then go down. I know we have a lot of coupon shoppers. They love coupons. So go down and look at a coupon. And wherever there is money off, not percentages, not buy one, get one, but any like 500 off, it'll be 1,000 off. 200 off, it'll be 400 off. Any kind of dollars of thing. $500, I see another one. So they will double for Martino listeners through March. That is wonderful. I appreciate that. So if anyone has any questions, you can always call us as well. 303-713-8255. Somebody just said, Tom, I called the company for $39 and it turned out to be $2,800. They said that I need a full sewer line replacement. That wasn't the replacement. That was just the service call. And they said they had to get their snake out. It was stuck and all of that. Have you heard of that where people... Where the come-ons cost that much?
Well, so
drains are tricky.
Yeah, because you can't see underground, and so the only way to truly diagnose.
And this wasn't plumb line, by the way.
But it said the line was stuck.
Yeah,
stuck. So that could be an incompetent technician, or it could be a legitimate break in the line. I mean, if your line is broken, and the
snake
got caught,
yeah.
That could happen to anybody. So I don't know which company this is. I'm not defending.
And when you go out there on a special and you get caught, do they have to pay to uncut? Who pays for that?
Well, the customer should, because their line's broken anyway.
Okay.
We didn't.
No,
so
I get it.
Won't cause the damage.
No, I get it. I get it. So the snake didn't cause itself to get caught.
Right.
It was caught because there was a defect.
Very unfortunate situation.
Right. But it was caught.
But at the end of the day,
tell with a camera first. Can't you tell with a camera first?
Well, it depends. If they're having a backup, you can't see anything with a camera.
Okay.
So you got to get it cleared.
Okay. Low pressure in the whole house. Our house is 20 years old. Pressure drops everywhere. It was gradual. What could it be? Now, somebody's trying to sell them a complete repipe. That doesn't necessarily cause pressure problems, does it?
It could if they got old piping and say, galvanized pipe or something like that.
How can that affect pressure?
Because it starts to restrict. And so
does it have gunk on the inside?
Be the pressure regulating valve. It could be the municipal.
How many people have the wrong pressure? When you go out to do a plumbing check, let's say.
Boy, that's hard to guess. I'm saying 10 to 20%.
Okay.
And most people, it's high. It's usually too high, but people love high pressure. They don't realize the damage that's causing to all their systems. And so high pressure is typically the problem.
Bob and Tom, I switched to a tankless heater. And it was supposed to save me money, but now they say I need descaling done every now and then. What is that?
Yeah, it's just a maintenance that's done on your water heater.
On a tankless water?
On a tankless water heater, right? Because the heat exchanger.
And by the way, they call it tankless, but isn't there a mini tank inside it or some on these quick?
Typically
typically
the new ones will have a small
little
2-gallon
reserve,
tank, right? Just a little bit of reserve, which just helps with the instant maintenance of the water.
Of course.
But yes, they do require maintenance, and you should get them descaled.
Now, do they require more maintenance than a regular water heater?
Well, and that's the thing. Most people don't realize they should maintain their regular water heater. They should get it flushed once a year. They should change out the anode rod occasionally.
Yeah, of course. That's wonderful.
But again,
because that would make it last. That can almost double the damn life.
Right. Right, but most people don't even know what an anode rod is. So again,
Right.
that's where we try to educate clients on.
For those listening, an anode rod is magic, in my opinion.
It's called a sacrificial anode rod. So
Yeah.
basically, all the contaminants within your water
Are
get
extracted,
extracted rather than destroying the water heater.
And the reason it's sacrificial, if you take a big water tank, and this is an educational moment. If you don't care, fine, but most people do. The big tank is a big holder of water, and the water conducts electricity where the electrons move around. And the thing that rots a tank is the electrolytic reaction. So the water is eating the tank. It's actually the electrons eating the tank. It's an electrolytic. It's like it's just eating the tank. So eventually the tank fails. Of course, some of these tanks now are glass lined and all that, where they're not going to necessarily rot, but it does cause problems for elements and all of that. So what an anode does is it allows itself to sacrifice itself. So the electricity takes the path of least resistance, which is the anode rod, and eats away at the anode rod instead of the tank and its components. So the anode rod, as long as you have it, will sacrifice itself and you'll never get corrosion on the tank. And as long as you keep those anode rods healthy, you can keep that tank going. I mean, it's amazing. And Plumbline's one of the few places that understands this, and probably one of the few that know how to replace them. So if you have an older water tank, I would say, Bob, 5 years or older, you should have everything checked, right?
Absolutely. I mean, really, they should get annual maintenance, but a flush,
especially if they've never had it, is what I'm saying.
Right. So yeah, you're absolutely right. Think of the anode rod almost like a filter for your furnace. You know,
Right.
The filter for your furnace you're replacing every month or every 3 months, whatever it is. But an anode rod maybe every 2 to 4 years.
But aren't tanks nowadays, are they glass lined, a lot of them?
Some of them, but so yes, the technology's getting better, but you'll still get the tank rusting
or little nicks in the fiberglass or whatever they line it with the glass. So here's what I want to know: what's the best scenario for a water heater nowadays from the factory? How long do they last? The best scenario?
A tank?
A tank
water heater.
If you maintain it properly, what's the best scenario? Best case, do you think?
If you get 15 to 20 years out of it, you're doing really
Oh my God, that would be if you got 20 years out of water heater, you would be doing amazing.
Yes, without a doubt. And that's again.
But do you know people that have gotten 15 with maintenance?
Yeah, I do. And again, a lot of it depends on the water quality.
What makes
the water quality that's going into the house? And if you have a whole home water treatment system, I mean, there's a lot of things.
Water's a big deal. Okay. So anyway, then we talked about somebody said that their water bill has gone up dramatically. The city says it's not at their meter, and it has to be in the house somewhere. And the water bill, the water people won't do anything. How are you guys at tracing slow leaks that would cause excessive water consumption?
Well, if they're having a leak in the house,
would it be a toilet?
It should show at the meter. I mean,
no, it is. It is. That's what I'm saying. Their bill's gone up.
Okay.
But the water company says it's not because of them. It's on
it's
the
not a bad meter. Right. Okay. Yes. So yeah, many times it's a toilet, and you might not even realize that you're wasting water in the toilet because what happens, again, it could be high water pressure in the house.
Right.
And so as you're using the system throughout the day, you don't notice it.
Right.
And then at night, as that pressure builds up, then
it's slowly leaking.
It'll slowly leak. Correct.
Can a toilet cause an increase in a bill?
Without a doubt. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
And if you had a few of them, you've had a big house.
Again, drippy faucets. People don't realize how much just a small drip, how much it uses over time.
All right. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. David, quickly, we'll get started with you and put somebody on it. What's going on, David?
Yeah, you have to take a break. That's fine.
Oh, you don't care, but let me get started on it. What's happening with you, bro?
I like this guy. That was golden. Think of what just happened, Tom. That was great.
I know. So what's going on with your sunroof? What kind of car is it?
It's an '07 S550 Mercedes.
Yeah, they're nice cars. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. But yeah, I would be happy with just getting it like level and just, I mean, water's gonna. I'm sorry, I've had a little extra wine with lunch.
All right, David, hold on. We'll come right. Let that wine settle. We'll be right back to you, and we'll talk about your S550 Mercedes-Benz sunroof right after this.
Did you know GoodRx can help you save on medication,
He just said he
manage
had a little too
prescriptions,
much wine.
and get trusted health
All right.
information? If you're one of the millions living with a heart condition, check GoodRx
I
for
can't
an
believe he
easier, more
admitted that.
affordable way to manage your health. GoodRx offers common heart medications for under $30. Just search for your prescription, find the best price, then show your pharmacist the GoodRx coupon. And it works whether you have insurance or not. To start saving and better manage your heart health, download the free app or visit GoodRx.com today. GoodRx is not insurance but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. I gave him that name years and years ago. I met him 30 years ago. He is such a thorough, wonderful man. When it comes to buying or selling real estate, he can help you sell for more money and quicker than anyone on the market. He has stats to prove it. If you're buying, he's a negotiation expert to get you great deals. And to show you what he can do, he'll do a free analysis of your home to see what it will sell for right now. When you take all factors into consideration, he does a complete analysis, and he's pretty dang accurate, and it's free of charge. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Now let's talk about Joe Lazzara. No laughing matter. He's a criminal defense attorney. Here's what I love about him. He will give you free initial consultations and legal advice up front. If you decide to hire him, he quotes a flat rate for the entire case. No surprises. 303-429-6200, 429-6200. I'm sorry, I had a little too much wine.
But my favorite part when he told you to break.
Tom, you're late for a break.
I couldn't believe that. That's funny as shit.
The caller.
So what are you going to do? You giving it to me?
Yep. And don't rifle through his underwear drawer down in the basement.
I might.
Yeah,
there's
there's some interesting stuff in that left cabinet.
Well, you told everybody.
I didn't tell anybody what I found.
I don't know.
Are they the same?
No.
Okay, so I got to figure out which is which.
Big one, small one, small one.
Big one, small one, small one. Who are you lining up there?
Well,
I know Mark's one of them.
He's the small one.
Yeah.
I love sucking off people. I love it.
Almighty.
Jesus.
Jesus, God.
Come on, let's delete.
You started it.
Jesus, you don't have it saved anywhere? No.
Do you know if I had the money that Medicare has paid for me in this cancer right now, I would actually be able to retire.
To buy another helicopter?
Way over $1 million. So do you know, Mark, I saw 1 month when I was going through radiation, it was $150,000. 1 month.
I did not.
1 month.
Are you on
Well, Tom, I think it was money well spent.
Do you know my entire cancer? I haven't spent a dime. Not a dime. With the supplement and with this, not a dime.
Ubers.
That's a great supplement.
I wonder if Medicare does actually cover Ubers, does it?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
What if they decriminalize prostitution?
Hey, Shannon, why don't you get the hell out of there now that you're off the board?
Yeah.
We don't need you anymore. We have the A-team now.
Shannon had to break into the file cabinets.
Oh, stop that.
Sorry.
Hey, don't worry, Tom. When Deputy Doc starts doing this job in here, we'll get them back.
Deputy Doc? Are you shitting me?
No.
He's coming in.
Shitting himself.
Come on, bro. Are you kidding me? We'll have a call every month.
God.
I think Bo would do a great job.
I think Bo would be good too.
No, I'm serious about that.
I know you're serious.
Where's D? Bring in D.
And then Bo, you can chime in and be part of the show.
Yeah, chime in and talk.
I'm serious about it. You'd make a good addition.
I'm talking with him after the show. So calm down, Becky.
Okay. No, that's not Becky. It's Karen.
You create these problems, and I clean them up.
Wait a minute. Mark, you son of a bum, you. Don't you dare blame me for this. First of all... Okay, I won't mention.
Blaming Shannon.
I'll tell you who we're blaming.
Yeah, I'd like
mental health. Our mental health.
Well, you're not kidding there. I feel as if I'm going to lose it every other day.
This report is sponsored by Brad vs. Everyone podcast.
Dangerous social media trends, media scandals, dumb TikTok boycotts, and more. Keep up with all the online stories mainstream media ignores.
Good, Doc figured it out.
What the hell is...
Right on.
No, I gave him a TV, and it's a smart TV.
Okay.
So, my issue to begin with.
.com.
Hey.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, waterpros.net. Get reverse osmosis at the kitchen sink for just $1,100. Great water systems, great prices, 303-904-2000. And speaking of all that kind of stuff, Plumline Services, if you go to their plumlineservices.com, hit the offers in the top right corner, then they will double any money off that you see. If there's a dollar amount off on a coupon, they'll double it for Martino listeners through the end of March. All right, David, your sunroof problem with an S550. What's going on with it? Is it leaking? What's going on with it, sir?
Well, it will leak. I mean, it's just in the back. It's half of it's like, oh my goodness, I can't believe the glass is not broken. And there's got to be a tremendous amount of stress on that glass. It's bent. I mean, one half is down, the other half,
Okay, so how did it get that way? Let's put it that way, David. Did it all of a sudden happen, or was it gradual? How did that happen?
I have been using that with no problems. But, it's an old car. But anyway, I have a so-called friend. She's not welcome in my car anymore. I need some air. Okay. Well, I tinted the windows, so there was do not roll down on the windows, and she just started pushing everything she can.
So is it broken, or does it operate? Is it broken and just needs adjustment, or is it totally broken?
It makes a funny noise, and it will not move.
Kevin Calkin, Sheridan Auto Tech, can diagnose that for damn sure, because they do all of that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Sheridan
sunroof.
Okay. Yep. No. I'm serious about that. SheridanAutotech.com. I know that for a personal reason. They were working on something for me. They work on sunroofs. They can work on the electrical part or whatever issue it is. SheridanAutotech.com. He's over there on Colfax west of Wadsworth. And I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. Thanks for calling. 303-455-7242. Go have another glass of wine. Hey, Daniel, what's going on with you, Daniel?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, man, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing today?
I'm doing good. What are you doing? What are you calling about?
Calling about Bill SB 26097.
It's
decriminalize adult commercial sexual activity.
The pimp in the hoe bill.
Yeah, the pimp in the hoe.
Yeah,
you know what?
Government taxing
I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I don't understand what the state is doing. So basically, the way they decriminalize things, they're saying steal a car and hire a whore. That's what they're saying, because they've decriminalized both of them. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be to protect women, right? That's what they say it's for.
Right.
What do you think about
they're advertising it as a way. They're advertising it as a way for low-income women to go to college. What?
No, I think what they're saying is that. Oh man, actually, what they're saying is if it's legalized, and you will keep trafficking down, and you will keep all the illegal stuff. It's kind of like their reasoning behind legalizing drugs. Look, if this state right now, you can take mushrooms and marijuana, you get high, you can steal cars, and you can hire a whore. That's what they're saying. I don't know what to say, bro. I am so ashamed of this state.
Maybe this all started with our old horror-loving mayor.
Oh no, it didn't. But I love that. No, he loved hiring him. He would have loved it. But
it's very demonic. You know, God has the demon is taking over Colorado.
You don't even have to worry about that. It's just against common sense, for God's sakes. The justification of this is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Do you think, Mark? I haven't been keeping up on it. Do you think it'll actually go through?
I don't know why it wouldn't. I honestly
you're right,
don't.
because we have a lot of nuts in the law in the legislature is what you're saying.
So Mark, are you for this bill, Mark? It sounds like you're a supporter of this.
Hell no.
It's horrible. It's horrible, man. I still go back to the marijuana bill. I think it's the worst damn thing. When we first did that, we were the only state. Now, medical is one thing, but when we made it full-blown, anybody can get it, it's not good for kids. Now we're starting to find out these kids that are sneaking into their parents' room or however they're getting it. Back in my day, you had to go out of your way to go down to Camden in Jersey to buy a dime bag. I mean, you really wanted to get high. Nowadays, they can get pot anywhere. And we're finding out it makes them insane after a while.
They want to remove criminal penalties for consensual commercial sexual activity between adults. And they want to decriminalize it. And they say it'll help women. I don't know how the hell it helps women.
No. That's going to increase human trafficking, pimps.
They would literally repeal the criminal offenses against, listen to this, prostitution, soliciting, a place of prostitution, patronizing a prostitute, and prostitute making displays. We will literally have legalized whorehouses. We will. It declares it statewide. There won't be any sections. We will have, just like we have dispensaries, we will have whorehouses. That's what we'll have.
You know, they have them in other states.
What we need to do is email Senator Nick Hickerson, Senator Lisa Cutter, Representative Lorena Garcia, and Representative Rebecca Stewart.
Now, one thing I will say, seriously now, that the legislature says they're trying to do away with. One of the things is pimping. They say that living off the earnings of someone's commercial sex work will be illegal. But this is what I don't understand. They're going to allow a place for prostitution, but they say they will not allow
pay rent. I bet you pay rent. Like a hairstylist pays rent to the salon.
You're right, Mark. That would be a way to get away with it.
It's just another way of pimping, though.
Very similar to how let's legalize cannabis and put our head in the sand for the laws around cannabis.
Listen,
you can't even smoke cannabis outside legally.
You know what? The cannabis thing doesn't bother me as much as this one. This one's worse.
Me because of the kids.
But do you understand what I'm saying? With
yes,
the
I do.
Of it?
Yes. Now they say that this bill will actually protect human trafficking victims, because they won't be held because they say right now the victims of human trafficking are sometimes caught up being charged with a crime, and therefore it'll help victims of human trafficking. I think it'll bring more people in because here's why. They will be pimping and they will be prostituting. And how is the government going to keep to tell the difference between someone who is trafficked and someone who is doing it voluntarily? These people will say they're doing it voluntarily when all the time, because they're making good money, and all the time they have people making money off of them. Anyway, it just sucks. I mean, the whole thing, I shouldn't use that term. The whole thing is, I don't want to use that word again. The whole thing, it rots. It's wrong. It's absolutely wrong. Okay, who sponsored it?
100%.
Senator Lisa Cutter and
Linda
Nick
Cutter, Representative Lorena
Garcia, and Rebecca Stewart.
Let's try to get one of them on and see. Maybe there's another side to this that none of us are thinking about.
By the way, it was introduced February 11th. It was introduced February 11th. It was assigned to a Senate Judiciary Committee, and that's where it is right now. There has been no public hearing. No public hearing has been scheduled. But won't that be fun to watch, the public hearing, who shows up?
Oh, I'll make sure I'm there spreading my love. Not hate, love.
You know, we joke, not joke, but we make light of this. This is a serious problem. Oswaldo has a comment. Go ahead, Oswaldo.
Hey, ¿cómo está, señor Martino?
What's going on, man?
Well, my opinion about it is that, let's put it in simple words, prostitution all around the world, okay?
Yeah, eventually.
When you want to prosecute people for hiding, let's put it this way, I am from Mexico.
Yes.
And my ex-wife is from Chile.
Yes.
Many Americans basically visit other countries to do whatever they cannot allow to, or they're not allowed to do here. So it's a business.
Do you think? Let me ask you, Oswaldo. I can't discern are you for or against this legalization?
He's saying it's legal everywhere else, so it should be legal here.
Go ahead.
I will say I'm forward to the legal.
We got a break too, buddy.
Okay.
Rules. It's gotta be some.
Hey, let's do this. Oswaldo, Tom, let us take a break real quick. Hold on,
all right,
Oswaldo.
Go ahead. We'll got
come
more.
Right back to you.
Right now. Go ahead.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver. Denver's talk station and iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human. Now, impact traffic.
Down on the south end of town, east and westbound Bellevue Avenue closed between Franklin Street and University due to an accident involving a pedestrian. We have police on site detouring folks around the scene here. Franklin north and southbound affected by this as well. I-25 north and southbound showing highway speeds through the Denver area as well as I-70 east and westbound. No complaints from the foothills to DIA. And back again with traffic, I'm Mark Swan.
This report is sponsored by Wellness Unmasked with Dr. Nicole Sapphire.
Medical headlines, they're everywhere. But what do they really mean? Join me on Wellness Unmasked for a deeper look, plus the latest from the MAHA movement. Listen to Wellness Unmasked with Dr. Nicole Sapphire on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You can be a landlord and get help doing it. That's the message from Vestera Turnkey. They have markets around the country where you can buy a rental through them. They're buying brokers, and then they can help you find a management company that they deal with to manage it. And they even have repair people and insurance people and everything you'll need to keep it run smoothly. And then they help you sell it for profit. If you're interested, VesteraTurnkey.com, 303-888-3788. What were you saying, Bob? I don't know. What? So it's going to be legal. So exactly. Exactly. I mean, it's already being done. It's going to be even.
life insurance companies that want people like you with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So yeah, you need life insurance, but unless you're young and healthy, you've got to call Big Lou because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds too. Get a quote right now at 800-471-9773, 800-471-9773, or biglou.com.
My kids were saying, why didn't you do this at the old house? And we lived with you.
Your neighbors have a lot to say about
I don't understand what this person's trying to say.
In our old house, we just had the old concrete flooring in the garage and so dirty.
Law Reform Amendment Bill 2023, introduced by my friend and colleague, the Honourable Nicola Centofanti, MLC in the South Australian State Parliament last week, seeks to decriminalise the selling of sex, criminalise the buying of sex and the profiting of it through pimping, managing a brothel and so on. This approach is called the Nordic model, and it has reduced the prevalence of prostitution in various countries, including Norway, Sweden, France and Israel.
So you decriminalize providing.
Instrumental in reducing the demand for prostitution in South Australia and could help women escape the cycle of exploitation, degradation and violence that is prostitution. Since its implementation in Sweden in 1999, the Nordic model has successfully reduced demand for prostitution and has made it more difficult to profit from it, as opposed to standard decriminalisation laws which only help the pimps and harm women. The Swedish government has helped many women exit prostitution by providing programs to help them overcome addiction and trauma, as well as find suitable housing and meaningful employment. The strength of the Nordic model is that it recognises that prostituted women are overwhelmingly the victims of childhood abuse, and it may be considered
So it makes them decriminalized, but it doesn't
escape this lifestyle.
make the act.
Prostitution is a scourge, yet many on the left argue for its decriminalisation. Any society that does so finds that the demand for sex buying increases along with the rates of sexual assault, human trafficking, violence, drug addiction, isolation, and death, as all of these are inextricably linked to prostitution.
Hear what they're saying.
Dehumanization, it reduces the
Who was two? Is he done too?
Correct.
Hey, thanks for the call, man.
The entire person to an object to be bought and sold. And
Hey, you got any more? What's going on, man?
childhood and groomed into this lifestyle, feeling they have no.
Oh, okay, cool, man. Thanks for the call. I appreciate it.
Excellent report on the Nordic model's efficacy by Dr. Ingeborg Kraus.
What's that?
Quote, they are not the daughters of well-to-do families. Women in prostitution are.
No, we've talked about it. Honestly, man, I brought it up. Oh my God, 2 weeks ago when it first kind of popped, and I have bet we have talked about it almost every single day, if not every other day. No, it comes up every day. Someone calling just like you, man. All right, guys.
63% were sexually abused as children, with an average of 4 per.
Well, do that, and then why don't you check back in with us tomorrow how it went? Were they listening? I assume you're going to do it during the open format. Growth at mymoneymyway.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Oswaldo was commenting on the prostitution bill. He says, look, it's legal around the world. It's only a matter of time. Oswaldo, do you want to add anything to that?
Yes, Senor Martino. Listen, why I encountered a couple of citizens from this country, they rather break the laws in other countries, but because they're not allowed to do it here. So why they have to go break the laws in other countries, raping little girls, according to their,
I say. So are you saying if we make it legal here, it will keep them from raping young girls elsewhere? Is that what you're saying?
Basically, yeah. Do the damage here. Don't go somewhere else. Don't go and don't visit any other countries and break the laws. Do it here and see what happens.
Turn down your speaker.
That's an interesting topic.
That's my point of view, Senor Martino. Gracias.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Oswaldo. There is something called the Nordic model that some countries are following. The Nordic model, really, its aim is to do away with prostitution, but they legalize it for the provider. For example, a woman or a man cannot be arrested for providing prostitution or for providing sex, okay? But it will criminalize and increase the penalties for anyone buying it or making money off of it or any establishment. So what they're saying is this: we can protect the victims by decriminalizing the act. So if you're performing the act, you are not arrested, you are not fined, you are not imprisoned, you are not a criminal. If you're the one doing it, if you're the one buying it, if you're the one sponsoring it, if you're the one brokering it, you will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. So it says, the Nordic model says, we're doing what this is what Colorado wants, they say, to decriminalize it for the victims. But you know what? I'll bet you Colorado will not adopt the Nordic model. Do you want to know why? Because I believe Colorado wants the men, mostly men, let's face it, the men doing this, I think they want them not to be prosecuted. I think that Colorado is that sick and depraved that they want it to be a place to come and to get high and to get laid. I'm sorry.
I don't think so, man.
I do. Mark, do you really believe that the reason they're doing this is to protect those who are providing the services?
I think they believe whatever they believe, kind of where Oswaldo was going. He truly believes it should be legalized. I don't think these people have any ill intent on this law, but I think it's crazy.
I do. I think they have ill intent because I think they want to make this a haven, just like they did with marijuana. I think that it's a wink, wink. Let's make this a sex haven. I'm not kidding, Mark. I truly believe that's how idiotic they are. At one time, I didn't think that. At one time, I thought, oh, there's got to be a good reason for this. But I have given up. On our state legislature, I have given up on trying to impute good motives to them. What do you think, Mark? What do you think the motive is to do this bill? What do you think it is?
Well, the biggest motive I can see would be the same as marijuana. I would think in the back of their minds, the tax revenue is going to be something.
Okay, that could be economic. But I think, why protect? Okay, if it's economic, you're right. Then they do want it to go on. They do. But because really, if they wanted to protect the sex worker or the exploited or the trafficked, if they wanted to protect them, they would adopt the Nordic model, which basically says you can't be in trouble for providing the service. You can only be in trouble for buying it or distributing it or sponsoring it or anything else.
Don't you think kind of like drugs, though? Because I rather go after the heroin or meth or fentanyl dealer than the person that's hooked on it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
We got to break down.
All right. I'm Tom Martino. We got more right after this.
Now, impact traffic.
Down on the south end of town, east and westbound Bellevue Avenue closed between Franklin Street and University due to an accident involving a pedestrian. We have police on site detouring folks around the scene here. Franklin north and southbound affected by this as well. I-25 north and southbound showing highway speeds through the Denver area as well as I-70 east and westbound. No complaints from the foothills to DIA. And back again with traffic, I'm Mark Swan.
This report is sponsored by Wellness Unmasked with Dr. Nicole Saphier. Medical headlines, they're everywhere. But what do they really mean? Join me on Wellness Unmasked for a deeper look, plus the latest from the MAHA movement. Listen to Wellness Unmasked with Dr. Nicole Saphier on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Dan McKenzie is an estate planning attorney. He can do a will for you. He can do a whole estate plan. He can do a trust. He can do a combination of them. He has personalized attention. He will sit with you and go over all of your needs, all of your desires, and then come up with an estate plan. It's a great process. You need to call them and meet with them. 833-CO-PLANS. 833-CO plans or online coplans.co. EuroplumbingColorado.com will do complete repiping of your house with PEX piping. Complete repiping, including drywall. They'll take care of it all. And they say they'll beat anyone's price. PEX piping is piping for life. You'll never have to worry about repiping again. You'll never have to even worry about repairs because it's one solid run of pipe. No joints to go bad. EuroplumbingColorado.com. 720-500-3000.
Consumer advocate Tom Martino, and I've seen the wrong way to sell precious metals, tangled necklaces, mismatched earrings, broken watches, coins. The wrong way is not knowing who you can trust. That's why I recommend David Ellis Jewelry on 3rd and Clayton. He'll weigh it and pay it. He'll even buy your fine jewelry and diamonds. I've known him 40 years. It's time. 2640 East 3rd Avenue. That's 3rd and Clayton. 303-322-8779. 322-8779.
Spring in Colorado, and if you're a business owner that hates to paint, do what business owner Steve did. He called Rhino Shield.
The building itself is made out of concrete block. We've had it painted once before, and I heard the ads for Rhino Shield, and that piqued my interest.
Rhino Shield ceramic technology is specifically formulated for our unique climate right here in Colorado, and it's Class 1 fire rated.
So the Rhino Shield crew that came out was really good. Next to our building, we have some automotive repair shop. There was no paint, no overspray anywhere that I could see, even on the concrete.
Business or residential, get the 25-year guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield right now for 15% off the regular price.
I don't think of paint as an investment, but when you don't have to worry about painting your building for 25 years, to me is a no-brainer.
Here's owner Jim Williams.
This offer is limited, so call me at 844-317-4466. That's 844-31-RHINO or rhinoshieldco.com.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up. I've already made her up to $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation.
The Nordic method. What do you think about that? About just totally decriminalizing the actual worker. But you cannot buy, you cannot pimp, you cannot sponsor, you cannot house. Yeah. I can't. Colorado is becoming a fucking crazy state. It really is, Bob. It's becoming a crazy state. It never used to be like this.
It's too fast. I wouldn't move. I don't like that spot.
Phone number's fast. I missed the website. What's the website? Personally, I don't believe people care about phone numbers anymore.
I don't think so at all, but
unless the client wants them.
Him in particular wants a phone number because
of the olds?
No, what happens is they end up remembering CMG, and they Google CMG and they call CMG, and they just basically start doing the loan process, and John's cut out of it.
Gotcha.
It's got to go direct to him, or else anybody there will do it. That's why I did that partner in lending. It literally brings him just to his splash page.
Yeah.
But he likes phone number. I don't know. I think I will have that conversation again. I mean, unless you got like
Well, Mark,
3038.
Mark, doesn't partner in lending go direct to him?
Yeah, it does.
That's a great website. What
yeah,
are you
I know.
kidding?
His problem's the same as everybody, though. Same with Bob. They hear him today.
Yeah.
What do? They Google Plumline, and they call the Google number, and Google gets credit.
Yeah.
Why it should happen now and what the end result will be, and more on the Joe Pag Show. Tonight from 6 to 9 on 630 KHOW.
Gravina's has the greatest windows, 50 lines of windows, great deals, 303 Gravina, 303 Gravina. All right, what's going on in your life? Well, we are running out of time, but I'll tell you what, this whole thing with their legalized prostitution is crazy. I don't care what you say. It's absolutely crazy. Bob, we have a couple texts I didn't get to. Everyone is talking about heat pumps. Is it truly an alternative? They're at a point now where they need a new system. Would you be comfortable, Bob, if it was your house? Would you get rid of a furnace in lieu and instead use a heat pump at this point in technology?
I think with the point in technology, heat pumps are fantastic. I personally just replaced my system and I did a dual fuel, so it's a gas and a heat pump.
Now that would be the best of both worlds.
I think it's the best of both worlds. But yes, heat pumps are great.
Do you think they're going to pump alone would be enough?
You know, it depends on where you live. If you live up in the foothills or higher up in the mountains where you get those super cold evenings, it might not be able to keep up for you. That's my only concern. Where dual fuel will.
My master bedroom is always colder than the rest of the house.
That's not uncommon. Maybe the master's over the garage, and it's not insulated well, so insulation might be the issue.
Could it be ducting?
It could be.
It could be ducting. Is there a such thing as insulating ductwork?
No, but what happens is most duct systems are not sealed completely. So if for example, the master bedroom's the furthest away from the furnace,
right,
you might be losing some efficiency as you get to the master bedroom. So it could be a number of things. Again, have an expert come out, just evaluate your system and your situation, and they can give you some answers.
Okay, my AC, I want to make sure I get it fixed before the hot weather. It used to run, but we could never get below 78 degrees. One company said I need a whole house, a whole system. You know, Bob, I have thoughts on this. What do you think about that? It could be so many things, but I think if the attic doesn't have adequate circulation, it tends to make your whole house warm.
Yeah, if the attic didn't have good circulation, if you don't have good insulation, that could. Do
you do house fans?
We do, yeah.
Yeah. Do you do Quiet Cool?
We do Quiet Cool. Yeah,
that's wonderful.
They are. It's a great product. There's it could be a loss of refrigerant. You could have a leak in the system. Again,
and by the way,
there could be a number of things.
By the way, whole house fans do not help the circulation in the attic. You need an attic fan or attic venting, then a whole house fan. By the way, plumlineservices.com. Don't forget, if you go to plumlineservices.com, you hit the current offers on the top right. If there's money off, a dollar amount off on something, for Martino listeners, they will double it through the end of the month. I'm Tom Martino, 303 Martino. Save all your problems for us.
Are you clear, buddy?
See